touch a lot of kids all over the country.
So that is very exciting. Just for posterity, tell everybody what you've just done real quick.
What I've done real quick is Forbes asked me to speak with a new-ish organization in Orange County that is creating a youth development program. Think about TED Talks for kids and how cool it would be for a kid who's experienced some success to be empowered to stand up on a stage in front of a bunch of supportive people and have their stories professionally written, they memorize them and perform them, and what that would do for a kid to really hone in and develop those skills. And that's what that's just a tip of what this organization is doing to help with youth development. It has a lot to do with storytelling, personal development, empowerment, and really 21st century business skills.
So Ms. Teresa, will you stand up and tell us, why is this important to you? Why are you involved in this?
The reason this is important to me is I, by happen chance, was in Orange County and had an opportunity, had an opportunity to meet Stedman Graham. And he actually pulled me aside into a room and he said, Teresa, you've made so many contributions to the group as a whole. You drilled down and you asked specifically, what do I need? And I told him, because this is his organization, his and Bobby DePorter's, they created it. He specifically said to me, I want a grant writer. He took me a step out of the room and I said, I can get that to you. And we will be at the next meeting, which is not until April 1st. I thought it was sooner. It's not until April 1st. And I promised him that we would have a grant writer.
Good, I love that. And all it took was you asking, saying you're a grant writer, and Daphne is the editor of my magazine and several of the books that we've done. And it's actually very exciting. So that all happened in a couple of minutes. So what did he want? How can you answer it? And it's done. It really kind of enhances the dream.
And urgently.
Yeah.
Urgently, because.
Open by March.
Yes, because already in the group chat, a couple of people were mentioning they may or may not have a grant writer. They're a little bit like, and I'm like, no, I have one and I want to be on the phone with you today.
Good.
And she said yes, and Daphne offered her things that.
It closed the deal.
Good. Well, that's what we're good at.
And she said, I can't wait to tell Stedman, and I want you at the meeting. So.
Yay! So there you go. All right. Congratulations. I love that. What else can we accomplish today? So we've got a couple hours left to finish up day number 2. And we got Ray Perez on the line. Because one of the most important things, and let me share something with you. For those of you who are all year-long coaching clients, can you drill an entire business and make it happen in a day? No, but how much have we done in a week? We've gotten more accomplished in a week than most. That's why I love these weeks. Because there's so much, because the other thing we could spend all the rest of the day just writing the emails. Really quick, if you're in town here and would like to join us for the movie, please go to AMC in St. Petersburg. Tonight at 10 o'clock for Valentine's Day, we're going to go see Alita in IMAX 3D. Don't all jump at once. But it's reserved seats. You have a seat. I already booked you a seat. I got to give Daphne a seat.
I'm coming as well.
Then you need to go on right now and book the ticket because they're just to reserve a seat. So it's a 2-hour movie in the middle of the night. I don't just think it's going to be very crowded, but
are you coming sure?
Alita, yeah, just look it up.
Okay, so I have to.
Alita is about. You know what? It's a female kick-ass character. That's really cool. Designed by the same guys who did Avatar, which was a brilliant movie.
Oh.
She is a combination actress. I don't know. You know, she's half robot, half actress. No, not James Cameron. He's not the half robot, but yes. Yeah, he's the guy who also did Titanic. Maybe.
Oh,
Avatar.
That's so amazing. Oh, huge accolades to you too.
No, to him, he's kind of stepping. I know he knew I was wonderful.
Good job.
No, but truly, yeah, I feel very blessed. And I feel very blessed to also represent all the misconceptions about somebody that looks like that. You know, if you were in class, you notice that some of our students might look a little different from other students, and they've dealt with a lot. When you are 3 foot, if you're 3 inches tall and you're a grown adult, you have different challenges than people. We discovered that you don't want to call anybody normal. There's nobody normal in this room. In fact, most people between 5'6" and 6'2" are simply average. I mean, you start to look at that. And one of the things that we did by standing for people and what we believe in is we shifted Candy's concepts. Candy had never even befriended anybody who was little, right? At all. In fact, she said she would walk away from people who were little because she felt sorry for them. Okay. And she's dated average height guys. Well, I got to tell you, do you think an average height anybody can understand and really appreciate what she goes through? She sees the world from a different perspective. It's not better or worse. It's just different. And we talked about that at length. And when she got to her permission card, she said, I grant myself permission to date somebody my height. Yes, Michael.
So we never talked about this in class.
Make your head look nicer in your Zoom.
So we never talked about this in class, but we both live in Boston. And I actually have relatives that are dwarfs. And they are coming in May, and she's going to come down and meet them and hang out with us.
Yeah. It's just in the perspective that you look at it. Because I don't know if you realize, but when you look at, I don't say big Candy, we'll call it big Candy. Candy deals with something very debilitating. Our face is everything to us, yes? Ever you get a pimple and think you don't want to go out of the house? I'd broken my nose. I thought I was the ugliest thing in the block until you meet somebody who's got some severe issues to deal with. And the other thing about her is not only that, but she's in pain and tumors. She's got a really bad disease. And yet she comes out all dressed up, all made up, looking amazing. And there was not an ounce of feeling sorry, but it's her mom. Because most people who have NF don't go out of the house. It's why you don't see them. In the old days, it would have been called, leper colony. We put people who don't look funny away somewhere. And it puts in perspective that her mom said, no, you're going to go out there and live your life. And so she does. And she's been asked to marry, and she loves her life, and she's positive, and she helps other people living a very amazing life. I think it allows the rest of us who complain about little stupid shit to go, wow, how lucky am I? I look at Pedro, who had his arms and legs amputated, all four of them. Not only does he get out of bed, but he sings and dances and jumps for joy. I'm sure day one wasn't easy, but I'll tell you what, he says he got a second chance in life and he's going to make the most of it. And so part of my mission is, how do you just get these messages out to people who are alone and hurting? The biggest damage you can do to yourself is isolate yourself. Is really go out there and ask people. We're willing to help everywhere, but it's hard because you think you're the only one. It's very like, oh my God, I don't want to face this. And so I am grateful for all the things. And then you find somebody beautiful like Joshua, who's a little bit of an age difference, and I got some bozo on the internet going, you look like his mother. Why would you think to hurt anybody like that? What's the value of that? So I'm going to embrace that. And I love the fact somebody came up to Joshua not long ago, rolled down his window in his car and said, thanks for making the rest of us look bad. I don't think that's why he looks the way he does. But you don't think he has any issues either. People say all kind of mean things. It's like, wow, this is fascinating. So I get so many people coming to me, I want to change the world. You know what? Kick somebody's ass. Stop being a hater. Stand up for people. And maybe part of what we have to do on this planet, while we're all busy and making money and living our lives, is standing up for somebody else who needs it. Not who's less fortunate, not who's disabled, but just there's somebody out there. This beautiful little 10-year-old boy just killed himself in a closet because he had a colostomy bag. How much pain did that little kid, he's never going to get to experience life because he was bullied. And I got to say that a lot of the people that I deal with in my class who are hurting, somebody said you spend a very short period of time, it might have been Teresa, as a child, but it affects you for your entire life. Those things are hard. Don't go away very easily. So I don't understand anti-bullying. It's not a movement. It's making every individual feel important, respected, loved. And I have no answers, but I'm sure open to having a lot of fun trying to figure it out. And my friend here, okay, we can do it. Oh, I love you too. Oh. Are you gonna hurt somebody?
I was gonna say that the second part of Valentine's gift.
Yeah. Did you see what showed up? Oh wait, Joshua, can you come back? Let's give him chocolate covered strawberry. Wait, I know Ray's going, are they done yet with all this? Wait, Josh, we have a little treat for you.
Ray's learning patience.
And then Chuck, you have another little treat for me. Chuck, you okay? Ooh.
I get skincare?
Yes.
Okay, you gotta put the hammer in. Look what you. Oh.
You said no chocolate.
Oh no, but she brought it. So.
Oh, you brought it?
Yeah, and if she brought it, he's gonna help. Ooh, yes, pick one. Can you see this? Ooh.
Probably one with chocolate on it.
Oh God, those are really beautiful. Oh,
What is there? What's that? Oh my gosh.
why did you do chocolate? How's that? All right, I got one. Oh, you are so sweet. Oh,
At least you went.
You just let me in the gate, so
Oh, my- there you go.
get the next one.
oh my God. Sherry did a really good job on her berries.
I think that's enough for everybody.
Is it gonna be enough? Not really.
I think so.
That would be all.
Oh,
I usually do.
Oh, come on, you're like.
Mm,
No, chocolate is my thing.
Dolly, you should have
Exactly.
this is so freaking delicious. Oh my God.
It's
Oh,
it's
Oh.
illegal cocaine.
oh, these are really good.
It's the other way.
I'm sorry, and I'm moaning a bit too much, I know. These are really delicious. Like normally most strawberries are like one bite, this is like 18 bites here. Oh.
I like the big ones. More chocolate.
Ah! Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear Mama. Happy birthday to you. Thank you. Thank you. Can I finish it? Yes.
We'll help you.
Thank you very much.
Am I giving you money too? What's going on?
That's from Teresa. You gotta go to movie code. Where do I go? Oh.
This is my favorite
I
mastermind
think it's like
ever.
60
Thank you.
apiece.
Oh my God. Okay, Jenna's always invited. Her and Sherry can come anywhere.
Okay, where's it? What's it called? AMC.
AMC St. Petersburg. Oh my God, that is so. I love you guys.
Yes.
We're going to a movie tonight, 10 o'clock at night. What's your man doing tonight? Bring the baby. You? TMI! TMI!
Wow.
Is that the Valentine's gift? What kind of cake do we have? What kind of cake do we have?
Get some red velvet. somehow.
I'm going to say that a birthday on Valentine's Day is much better than a birthday on Christmas.
My birthday was 7 days ago, but
Yeah, it's red velvet.
he doesn't get a present.
Ah,
Excellent. What about
Then
you?
our anniversary.
ah,
Sorry.
that's Riker's favorite too. All right, where's Ray? We got to get Ray in here.
Yeah.
He's ready.
He's ready. All right.
Oh, he's ready. So I just did.
All right.
Is it sundial,
Yes.
IMAX,
Yes.
10 p.m.?
Yes. You know what? Can I just, it is. I know, because I'm going to have a little dinner with my kids. And
I bought for like 5 of us the last time. It wasn't cheap.
no, it's not, but it's wonderful.
Okay, I have one taker so far.
You need Daphne coming?
Yeah.
10 o'clock. All right, buy her one too. Yeah, it's like $20 a ticket, but he'll take cash. Because then you can book the seats. So the seat's still pretty open. Oh no, you know what? It doesn't matter. Sleep. Here's my deal. Sleep when you're dead. Ray, we've just been eating cake.
I have
We've been
three.
having.
I have 3 takers so far.
Down. Mhm. Woo.
I saw that
Okay,
strawberry.
so, all right, so talk to us.
That's
That's okay.
Okay.
You should come, and you should book the seats all near each other.
Okay, so I'm continuing the seating. I have 4 tickets.
Did you see what this boy wrote? I think you can't read it. I don't know what you got, Lulu, today, but here's what he wrote, Ray. He wrote, he wrote, my girl performs miracles for people. She helps them in so many ways that no others can do. The universe brought me to her about 2 years ago. I saw this light shining inside of her that made me want to make it brighter. She needed me as much as I needed her. I found my purpose in life, to love and support her as much as I can. To turn, listen, to turn, I know, right? This is from Joshua. He not only looks that, but he types really well. To turn her limiting beliefs of fairy tale endings that are only in Disney stories. To turn her limiting beliefs of fairy tale endings that are only in fairy tale stories. I am her prince. I am her best friend. I am her lover. Keep doing what you're doing, baby. I believe in you. Our fairy tale has just begun. Happy Valentine's Day. I love you with all my heart. That, my friends, is called a job well done. And maybe he needs to start teaching relationship classes, because that's
pretty
so
good.
beautifully written. And it's so important for others to hear that it's you don't realize how nice that'll go a long way. He can get whatever he wants for at least a week. All right, so Mr. Ray Perez.
I have 6 now.
All right, good. Who's knocking?
I sent a video saying that in bed to her this morning.
All right.
And then I sent every possible emoji. Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, look at that emoji! Actually, looks like you. What are those called? What are those called? Bitmoji. Oh, the Lulu one is from 10X. That was actually a gentleman who makes those.
Where do you guys want to see?
And he gifted that to me. Guys, go quickly figure out what you want to say just to make sure, because you got to pick your seats. So Ray, just to fill you in on what's been going on, this has been a one-of-a-kind mastermind. So yesterday, so that they can enjoy you, I went around the table and asked everybody to tell me about themselves. 10 people took all day. They had no skills whatsoever to articulate who they were, why they were. So we re-engineered all that, because how can they go to branding if they don't have that, right?
Right.
So they're kind of scrubbed and ready to send them off to you. Then we worked on the question that they ask themselves when they wake up in the morning. Horrible questions, even after I told them the right answer. Some of the questions were, where's the cash today? Really? I said, in somebody else's pocket. Now go get it. We saw, hello?
The cake's excellent, Laura, got it, thank you.
Yes?
I knew it was your favorite. It's delicious. Yeah, no,
I'm good. Can we pass you on to Chuck? Chuck, it's a call from Office Depot. I don't know if it's real or a sales call, but handle it. All right, so then we did my whole little bag of bones, and your brain is like a computer. One of these is going to be a kick-ass TED Talk. Have you done a TED Talk yet?
Not yet. I actually need to do a tech talk for sure.
I think it's on both of our lists to do. So let's kind of combine that
Let's
concept.
go after that together.
I think so. We've also, do you have the Southwest Chrome plugin?
Nope.
Yeah, so this is an interesting little plugin that if you use your Chrome, when you go to book your GoDaddy URLs, if you do it using the Chrome plugin, you get 5 points for every $1 you spend on Southwest. Well, every 10,000 is a trip you can come see me for free.
Nice.
Yeah, would you fly Southwest?
I fly American, and I have my own purchasing server, but that's cool for my clients, actually.
So hang on a second. What do you get for flying American? Do they give you good seats and good upgrades and good free tickets?
I mean, I have like a platinum elite plus whatever, and I use the lounge, and it's a hub for Miami. So I've just
okay, and that's good. I'm just going to add that Southwest, if you get enough points as well, because I fly so often, allows you to get a free companion all year long. So Joshua hops on any flight for $5.60.
I think Southwest is better. It's just in Fort Lauderdale and not in Miami.
Oh, got it.
So
I agree. And I used to
45 minutes is inconvenience, and I can't do it.
Gotcha. By the way, I'm going to be there tomorrow night.
I have someone to introduce to you that I met at the Small Business Expo. So just remind me about
How
that.
was that event, by the way?
It was good. It could have been more people, but I met some good quality relationships. I did about 13,000 in sales, so it was okay.
Selling a brand in 2 days or 360?
Brand in 2 days. And then I have about 120 leads to sell 360 sites to.
Excellent. Good. All right. So we have to confirm with you who's getting 360, who's not, what kind of deals they got. I don't actually remember all the deals I gave. At the very, guys, it's definitely a 50% off. I think I gave one out for free to the winner. Jenna.
To the winner.
Yeah, she got a free 360. So I need to write all that down.
I'm already selling 360, by the way. So I need to have it.
Yeah, no, you have to. It's, I did it.
Meetup yesterday. I was like, guys, looking forward to Riley 360.
I am so overjoyed. And the best part for me, and this is where, and I talked to my guy in Malta. He did the math. Because selling 360 is not a good deal for us. There's only limited money. But by the way, it's the training that matters. So watching Ray upgrade my 360 live in front of us, some of it was with his team, but the things you can do on your own, change icons, move that fast, that to me takes training. Because you can get the site, that's like having Facebook, but if you don't understand how to use it and monetize it. So the training, and he said $997 was a great price for training. And then you get a free 360, that's kind of cool. I'll give you the upgrade to the best ticket for the lowest.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go.
Freedom! Yeah! Somebody needs to go and take a video of it. What if we created? And I'm gonna get last some testimonies before you guys leave. But how valuable was Forbes Factory? You guys have a vocabulary. That is, I don't even know how you sell that to somebody. But it's like you're gonna say.
Dolly, I think we can hear you, Dolly. You want to mute yourself?
Oh, that's so cute. She's been so great and so attentive. But the analogy for me, and I just put this together too, it's like going to Spain, dropping in the middle and going, fun, have fun. Well, but I don't speak the language. And you don't. And even if you can do things like donde está la biblioteca or don't, whatever it is, you never get the jokes. You never really understand. You're not speaking the language. You're not fluent. I'm going to say most people are not fluent in life. Can you hear that?
Biblioteca was one of your best examples jokes.
Wasn't it though?
Like,
I
what
know.
I'm on a book for, I can't read it.
I know. Thank you very much. I don't know why. ¿Dónde está la baño? I got to go pee. ¿Cómo soy de pee pee? And the only country I've ever been in where pointing didn't work, because I do enough Spanish and French to get by, and you can all of Europe. I go to China, and this is me in China. This is the dumpling. No. Like 16 people come over. This is what Chinese do, and they yell. They're very loud. I don't think they're being rude, but they have. I do business in China. I'm in an entire restaurant, people eating dumplings, and apparently me pointing and asking for one did not translate at all. And my family and I are sitting there going, this is ridiculous. And finally I'm like, does anybody here speaking? And one guy's like, I'll help you. But the Chinese have, and it's cultural, it's very interesting. So now we have not a cult, but a culture. And so if I say a bag of bones, you go, all right, that's my old me. The way you just did freedom was so perfect. And it signifies so much. So I love hanging out with my Forbes Factory people. And I think for me, my next coaching is how to make the class better. Can I do one a month? Can I have other people do it? But I think you don't want to be doing business until you've gotten this language. Why would you want to?
My client kept saying no. And I feel like I'm like brainwashed now. So I'm like, no means never ending opportunity.
Okay, so wait, what did they say no to?
Her services, when she offers the services. And I'm like, okay, so then you follow up with them and you offer a different service at a different price point. They're saying no to price.
Right.
But your isms
are
like coming out of me and I'm getting irritated at things I wasn't irritated at before. So I'm like, watch out, guys.
Yeah, and I love it. I love it. And that alone, we talk about ways to add a zero to your income. Every one of these things that we've taught you is a zero, is a different way. I got to tell you. So Michael and Jenny are sitting here. And Michael comes up and says, wait, I think I might have figured it out. Jenny does this amazing thing. How can we monetize that from a TED Talk to a, yeah. By the way, couples who can do that. That's how Suzanne Summers is successful. Even Susan Lucci, her husband is with her everywhere. She only eats carrot sticks because he won't let her. But it's a partnership because you can't do it all yourself. So you're lucky if you have that partner. And maybe unlucky, I don't know. He's having quite a field day in there. Can we close the door on him? All right, so let's focus on Ray. I need Chuck in here. And Daphne just got a grant writing. Remember I said Oprah by March?
Yes.
So Teresa was in touch with Stedman, Graham, her significant other. He needs a grant written. Daphne is now in the first month and a half of this year, closed $300,000 or $400,000 in grant writing. Done, they got on the phone, the deal's happening. Look at her, she's beaming.
Yeah, I'm invited back by Stedman personally. It's amazing.
Okay, so for those of us really quick who are in the resource group, can we do this after so you can stay connected to the room? No, what are we doing?
No, I'm just putting in my email. It's follow up with that.
Okay, I got that, but stay in the room. I only got 2 more hours with you guys. Facebook group. Here's my rules for our private Facebook group. I'm debating, I'm just gonna keep you in with my other like 81 people in the class. Those are people who have personally gone through the training. 3 things every day for 30 days. This is your homework. Every day you go to the group, you write a win, an obstacle, and a resource. Every single day. If you don't, I'm gonna jump all over you. A win should be something that you're celebrating. Hey, I closed this, I did that, I woke up today, made 3 phone calls. Whatever the win is, the obstacle is something you can overcome. Not, I'm really tired today. That's not an obstacle. I got to know with one of my clients, and here's how I handled it. Might be a good obstacle. You don't have to have overcome it. Hey, I'm trying to figure out how to get a grant writer, and I've looked everywhere. That's an obstacle. Obstacles are something that somebody else can help you with. You can help you with, but it's an admitting of going, up, hit this new obstacle. If you don't acknowledge your wins, you never do. Oh, that's a good ism. Should write that down. If you don't acknowledge your wins, you never do. You can be getting a lot of things. If you do not take the time to celebrate, those things all start to seem the same. Yes, Miss Teresa. Wait, where's your Facebook? Where's your pretty picture for your face?
Everyone wants to be associated with a winner. Doesn't matter if it's a Super Bowl win, a championship win, they want to be associated with winners.
So wait, could you go back there for a second? Could you look at the birthday boy and smile? Put your both your little faces in that little box. Put both your faces in the box.
Oh.
Well, let's see. It could be Michael and Jenny, or okay. Look, he got all red.
He's red.
I know. By the way, his income went from $100,000 a month to $250 last month. That's what coaching does for you. As soon as you have somebody outside your coffee cup, doesn't matter what they do, literally, and go, not what they do, it helps with their experience, but if they push you in a nudge and go, you didn't see that, you're like, oh, that's where it was all along. Whether it's an email sequence or follow, I'm going to tell you, starting to follow up the way Jenna started to teach us. Ray, what system do you use as an email marketing campaign?
So we have Infusionsoft now, but I personally have never really done email marketing. I only do text message marketing personally.
But Eli, are we starting?
Oh, Eli, no, that's true. Eli is actually, that's one of his specialties.
Yeah, that's why I hired Eli, because I knew I should be doing it, and he's running all that through Infusionsoft.
Got it. Cool. And it doesn't matter the system, it matters the if this happens, then what? And it's a way of thinking.
That the delivery system doesn't matter. It's the sequence and the campaign and the copy that matters.
And that, guys, is the ongoing mastermind. That is the Wednesday calls. All of these things, you got to stay current. And if you give it a year, you've finally broken through. And that's part of how I feel.
Nothing's ever done the first time. That's why you have to stay consistent, because you tweak it. Right?
And it's funny because as successful as Bob is, he has no follow-up or measurable systems to see what he's done actually work. So he knocks on about 30 to 40, I don't just let me speak for you for a second. His system right now for getting clients is he knocks on about 30 to 40 doors, has a little bit of cold, mostly warm, and some hot leads, and doesn't really say, wow. So if I knock on 30 doors and I close 10%, it equals this much revenue. That's a business thing most people don't analyze. Well, that's what the person outside the cup does. Going, hey, you know what? Let's get real about how much weight you actually lost. Oh, well, I haven't stepped on a scale, but you're on a diet, you set out a plan, and you don't know how much weight you lost. It's kind of like Candy saying, I don't know how tall I am. That is her not wanting to deal with reality. And just that little shift. In one of my weight loss classes, I don't know if I'll do this again, but I did it with, what's her face? Who owns the magazine? Close the magazine.
Charity?
No. Her and her brother started doing a class, kind of smaller round in my fit class. You'll know what I'm talking about in a second. But I said, everybody write down the number that you weigh. I even have a scale here. And
Esther.
Esther, that's it, yes. Esther V. Put it around your neck. I said, so Esther, how much do you weigh? She's like, I'm not telling. I said, okay, that's the exercise. Write down how much you weigh. I'm not telling.
I love this story.
Okay, well, okay, let me share something with you. There's only a couple of things you can tell and you can't. I can roughly tell your age within about 10 years. Yeah, give or take. You take a guess. Can I tell how much is in your bank account? Not at all. You have no idea. The person in Elver Hall is going to be a multimillionaire you don't know. But pretty much your weight. So I looked at Esther and I said, okay, so let me figure this out. Are you between 110 and 210? She's like, of course I am. Like, okay, so now we know the number. But what's the problem here? Are you 210? Is that, oh, she's like, no. I said, are you 180? She's like, no. I said, well, now you're between 110 and 180. You're not 110. No, I wish I was. So now you're, and I kept narrowing it down. I said, here's the problem. You're not wanting to own the number. It owns you. It owns you. It's a real thing. And it's a changeable thing, but only if you know what it is. So you're here to lose weight. Let's calculate that. And then also let's get through the psychological bullshit of own the number. Because it's just like amount of money at the end of the year. When everyone looked at their income, they were kind of freaked out. Did you not know what you pay taxes on? But then, not the number, but did you also then not calculate how you felt about the number? You were all so freaking negative The only person who liked this number, I think, was Mariano, and he just would like anything. I made nothing. I love everybody. Well, because he's also a year-long coaching client now. And what a great energy to have. So can you imagine our quarterly meetings about this would be very, very cool. So this accountability is really, really important. So I see Andrew in the dark there. Hello, Andrew. Hi, baby. All right. So now we're going to do this calendar thing. This is so very important for me, and this training is really important, Ray, because it is your lifeline to the world. And if it's not really well done, there's way more systems than I realize. So Ray, I'm going to turn the table over to you. Have at it.
Great. All right. Get some light in here for us.
Now you can also share screen. So you can walk us through yours. You can do any example there. We all have our screens open.
All right, let's work. So I first want to get a feel for the room and see how many people already use some type of calendar app or software.
You know, it's actually kind of real. You know what? Just talk to me, and I'll tell you why. Because I have a huge issue about this. So the truth is, I'm going to play advocate here in an effort to save time. I've tried Calendly, I tried Schedule once, I couldn't figure it out, I didn't understand it. Because not only is it the calendar system, but you're also going to talk about some of your philosophy. Because we all of a sudden are getting clients and making meetings, and mine would fall through the cracks. So how do you help me?
So the number one thing is, it's not about necessarily the calendar system, it's how we set it up. That's the most important part, right? Most people will get the software, will get the system, but getting to set it up and actually create the sequences, that's what usually takes the most time and is the biggest challenge. So I don't know why it's so like dark in here.
The light you just had turned on your face was beautiful. You can turn that light back on.
There we go. That's it. Now we're talking. Now we're in business. All right. So now you guys can see us, right? Okay, plug that. That's what I'm like. Why does it keep on going off? What the fuck? All right. So I've looked through a lot of calendar softwares, and I personally have chosen to use Appointment Core because it has a few features that I really, really enjoy and that I feel makes the difference that separates me from everybody else. And obviously, I'm the branding guy. I'm always about how to stand out, how to make an impact with people. So what it allows me to do is three main things. And if your calendar software allows you to do it, then keep whichever one you have. So the first thing is that allows you to have text message confirmations. So I think Calendly allows you to have text message confirmations. Uh-oh. Did we just lose audio? Forbes, you're muted. I can't hear you.
So don't compare it to anything else. It doesn't matter. We're going to go with whatever you say for the moment.
Got it.
Some screenshots, because the goal of this is, all right, I got it. Now what?
My phone, please. Okay, so number one, the reason I use a calendar, the number one reason I use a calendar is because no CEO or top successful business persons books their own appointments. Number one. So when it comes, it's mindset, right? If you meet someone, it's all about where you're at in the level of success and where do they hold you in their mind. If you are pulling out your cell phone and you're booking your own appointments and your own meetings, guess what? Your value just went down. Whether it's true or not is besides the point. I never, ever, ever book my own meetings. I send people my calendar. That's number one. Number two is convenience, ease of use, meaning it makes it a lot easier for myself to just send someone my calendar link and not have to worry about looking at my calendar and figuring out which day at what time. I don't need to do any of that. For the person on the receiving end, when they get the link and they click on it, it makes it easy for them too. They're not in a rush. They can take time looking at their calendar. They can go back. They can choose, oh wait, no, that one's not. No, let me check this day. They can take as long as they want at their convenience. Convenience is so important for people that you give them convenience and then they can choose their time. So number one is for more credibility and authority. Number two is for convenience. And number three is for follow-up. Because when you book an appointment, whether it's you did it manually on your calendar and you're using your Gmail or your Outlook or whatever it is, you still have to confirm that people are going to show up. Now, confirming that people will show up is important because if they don't show up, then you've wasted your time in the sense that you've blocked off a chunk of your time that you could have been doing something else or meeting with someone else that's more important. So it's very, very important that these people actually attend the meeting. It's not that you just book the meeting. Booking the meeting is the easy part. Attending the meeting is the more challenging part, which is what we'll talk about having a personal brand and, more importantly, a 360 site, so that this person can get to know you better, build a relationship with you in the meantime. That way, by the time they end up on your calendar, they're going to show up because of who you are for them. Does anyone know the number one reason why people will cancel, no-show, or miss your call? Does anybody have any ideas why people do that? Anybody? You're on mute.
I don't, they forget.
Well, that's number one. They forget. What else? That's number one. They forgot.
They don't really value your time, or they don't really value.
Yes, that is the number one. They don't value how important you are to make that meeting. What they have is other things in their life. We all have other things in your life. Things pop up. If something more important pops up than the call you have with this person, you're going to cancel, you're going to reschedule, you're going to no-show. So having reminders is good to remind them, but they're still going to cancel or reschedule if your value is not high enough. So the question is, how do we create more value in this short window of time without speaking to this person? How do we build more value in who we are so they actually want to make that appointment? That's where the 360 site comes in. And for all of those of you who are going to be getting a 360 site, we'll go into that training on how we leverage the 360 site to build that relationship, build that rapport, what you text them, when you text it to them, so that now they're like, wow, this person's kind of impressive. I definitely need to make that call.
Okay,
Now,
so number one, can you text? We've got limited time here. Can you chat? Can you put the chat in for your link? Because
yes.
one of the things that you're going to do is when you refer something to somebody else, you should never really pay for it. So we're going to put in his link, and maybe I'll put one person in mine because it does cost. And there's obviously a referral fee that you get. It doesn't cost you guys any extra, but he gets paid back. How much do you get on this particular site?
Like $7 or so. I don't honestly, I don't know. I don't know.
You don't get rich on it, but it's a nice thing to do. So for him taking his time, it's a nice payback. Yes? For him teaching us. And here's the fun thing is that when you refer somebody with an affiliate link, you feel a little more attached to them. So put that in the chat because we can all do this. So now let's assume we all have a 360. We just already did that, right?
Yep.
And basically all that means is you've got branding on your phone. The point is, I don't even understand conceptually how to run and keep a calendar, do it automatically, have it do all those things. So once we get on this site, maybe you want to walk us through the site or yours or explain it. For those of us, I've never, ever had a calendar.
So the details of what we do and the campaigns and how we've run all that, for everyone that's going to be attending the marketing implementation bootcamp, we're going to go into those details and they're going to get the scripts and they're going to get everything. So I'm going to give you an overview so you guys understand the process, but the details will be in the marketing implementation bootcamp. And for you, Forbes, we recorded the entire bootcamp. I will text you the link and it has all the different sections that we did that day you were there on Friday. So whatever you forgot, you'll forward to that section, you'll watch that section, and you're gonna get the exact information.
Because I really need to understand, one, when you get these kind of calendars, for those of us who have very fluid schedules, and by the way, as an entrepreneur, even Bob, you make your own schedule every day. So it is, how do you block off the time? That's one question I have. So people can book these appointments. And then how do you personally keep up on it? Obviously there's systems in place for them to understand it, but I just want to develop a work habit. How do we all do this effectively?
So that's probably one of the best questions, Forbes, is how do you control the calendar? So what's cool about the system that I'm going to refer to you guys is that you link it to your Gmail, to your Outlook, to your Office 365, whatever it is that you use. And most of that is linked on your phone. So I have it linked to my Gmail is linked on my phone. I go into my phone, I book all the things I'm doing throughout the week. It doesn't matter. If I want to spend some time with my wife, I put that on there, time with my wife, because I know that that's going to get blocked off and they're not going to have access to it. Now, in some situations, I'll meet someone and I know I'm going to send them my calendar link, but I don't want to meet with them on a particular day. So I'll go into that day, I'll block the whole day off with a fake appointment, I'll send them my calendar link, I'll wait for them to book the calendar, and then I'll unblock the day. And I controlled what was available and what's not. And I do that all the time. That is the hack. So I know, actually I did, Jenna, I did that with you today. I wanted to meet with her, but I wanted to meet with her on Monday. So I blocked off the time so the calendar would push her to Monday. And I know I had one time today, but I knew she wasn't going to make it today. So I left that one. And sure enough,
You're meeting on Friday.
Oh, wait.
no, it was Friday. I told you Friday, right? Yeah. I'm just saying, it was look, I've done this today, by the way. I've done this 4 times today. Jenna was one of the 4 that I've done this with today.
Right.
So I have 4.
Now, and again, I hate to be the weird kid on the block, but because I don't have a calendar that works, Tina just wrote, can you give me a couple of phone times and dates that work for you for our 3-way call? I don't even really know because my calendar's all over the place.
Well, so the only thing is you have to make sure anything that you're doing, Forbes, you are adding to your calendar in your phone. So before you get this, you have to make it your ritual that when you're going to do something, you go into your phone and you know how to set a calendar block off time. And you have to give yourself some buffer. If you know you're going to do an hour meeting and you might be needing an extra 10, 15 minutes to get ready or travel, then you add what's called buffers. So inside the app, you can add buffers. So yeah, it'll give you an hour meeting, but it'll buffer 15 minutes before or after, depending what you choose. And these are the kind of things we'll discuss when we're setting them up with her. And by the way, the company I'm referring to, you guys, they have a support that you'll schedule a time, you'll get on a Zoom, and you can go over and ask them all these questions. I just give you my scripts. I give you all this stuff that's taken me years to figure out so you can copy and paste it. Cheryl added inside the group chat for everyone. You guys can click on that little link. And Cheryl, if you can add that in the group on the WhatsApp also, that is the actual link, and it's going to give you a 30-day free trial. So you can try it out for an entire month. You can get the training. If you guys are coming next week to the Brand in 2 days, you guys will be experts on it. You'll have all your stuff set out, and you'll use it for a whole month to see how it works best. But here's the thing. You have to put everything you're going to do in your calendar in your phone. If you don't do that, the space will be open and someone can take it. So it's really important that that's the one thing you become consistent and remember to add. So if you're going to go to the movies right now, Forbes, you'd go, I'm adding to my calendar, we're going to the movies at this time. The other thing, if you have an assistant, if you have a sales team, give them access to your calendar and allow them to add stuff on there. Because if they're booking stuff that you're supposed to do, they'll add it to your calendar and that time will get blocked off and no one will be able to touch it. And you can manipulate it. You know what? I don't want to meet with this person on Friday. Block off all of Friday, send them your link and say, hey, book right now, I have limited space. Once you see them book on Monday, unblock Friday, and you're done. Okay, now let's talk about confirmations. So one of the most important things that I feel has made the difference in my business when it comes to appointments is the confirmations. I sent 2 hours prior to our meeting, I sent an email confirmation. 1 hour prior to the meeting, I sent a text message confirmation. 1 minute before the meeting, I send another text message. Now, each one of them has a specific language. Remember, I talked about, and when you come to my course, I'm going to talk about language. Everything's about the language. The email says, hey, this is Cheryl, Ray's assistant. You have a call scheduled with him at, and it gives the exact time. I'm just following up with you to confirm that you will be attending. If for any reason you're not going to be able to make it, here's a link so you can reschedule. So I give people the out if they ever need it. I make it so convenient for them. They don't need to call me. They don't need to text me. They don't need to do any communication. They just click the link and they reschedule or they cancel or do whatever they need to do. Now my cancel rate, yep.
That's automatically generated?
Correct. You will say insert reschedule link here and it'll automatically generate it. Yes.
Sorry to interrupt.
So cancellations, I rarely have cancellations or no-shows. I mean, like maybe 1%, super low. Reschedules, I have a few, I would say 5%, maybe, yeah, about 5%. My attendance rate is like 94.6% attendance to all the bookings that I have on my calendar. But I don't attribute that just to the reminders and all that. I attribute that to the relationship building system that I've created with people prior to getting on that call. Them being on time, I 100% attribute that to a sequence. 2 hours before email, 1 hour before the same message, just chopped down for a text. Hey, this is Cheryl, Ray's assistant. I just wanted to confirm your call with Ray today at 3 p.m. Then a second message says, a minute later says, just in case you have to reschedule, here's a link. And then people will click on it. I'll get a notification. I'll say, oh, Forbes just rescheduled on me. Oh, now she's going to be on Wednesday. Perfect. No problem. Continue doing my work. I don't get distracted whatsoever. 1 minute before our call, it says, hey, please call Ray now, and then give them my number. And they just click on it and they can call me. Because I've realized that you really want to make things easy for people. You don't want them to think. You don't want them to have to do work. You want it to be so easily accessible that they're just on with you. And the easier I've made it, the more people actually show up and they're on time, which means I don't have to rearrange my schedule. I don't have to be late on meetings because people show up on time. And it's pretty amazing. And here's the other thing. When they get the text, even though it comes from Cheryl, even though it's automated, it doesn't come from Cheryl, it's automated, it just says it comes from Cheryl, they respond to the text message. Guess who gets the text message when they respond?
You.
Me. Have you ever had an appointment that you scheduled that texts you to let you know that they're confirmed and they're ready? Never! For 2 years. And here's the beautiful part. If within 10 minutes to our meeting, I haven't received a text, guess what I can almost guarantee is going to happen? I can almost, because 92% of people will respond to their text messages. Nobody does not respond to their text message unless there's a problem in something. So I always will know if someone's going to reschedule or not be on, which is amazing because I feel like I'm a psychic. And I feel like I'm the Wizard of Oz and have these magical powers that I never had before. And it's absolutely amazing as a busy entrepreneur, when your schedule is hectic and nuts, you want to know what the heck is going on within the next hour or two. You want to know if this person is going to show up, if you need to put your shirt on to get on a Zoom call, even though you're doing it in your boxer shorts, that kind of thing. Oh yeah, I'm in my boxers right now.
That's great. I'm Andrew as a great.
And then here's the cool thing. Once you create one appointment, you create your emails, you create your text message, you create everything. Now you can copy it and you can tweak it and you can create the next appointment. So for me, I always have a 30-minute calendar. That's my standard, 30 minutes. On my 360 site, I have a 15-minute because anyone can just book a 15-minute. If I meet you personally, I'll give you a 30-minute. If I want to have a real meeting, I'll send you my 1 hour. If I want to do a brand strategy session, I'll send you that link. If I want to do a onboarding call, Cheryl will send you that link. We have about 15 or 17 different links for all the different types of meetings. So you're not—
Those links live in the calendar system?
Correct. Mm-hmm. Correct. And you just copy and paste. You just click the button, copy, paste, and send. That's it. The ones that I use most, which are 4 or 5, I have them in my notes section inside my phone, just in case. And I also made the short codes. So I'll know a code and it'll pop up that calendar. So like a 1 hour meeting will be a certain code. A brand strategy session will be a different code. And I just click it on my phone, boom, send them the link.
How do you get off in time when you're doing a 15-minute call with somebody? What's your technique for ending the call?
I always start the call by letting them know where I have a hard stop.
Hello, Kevin. Thank you very much. That's a powerful thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
You have to. And people will respect it. And I'll interrupt someone 2 or 3 minutes before, or even if somebody's rambling, I'll cut them off and say, hey, look, I really want to maximize our time together. I want to give you the most value. So we got to get really laser focused on what we're talking about here because I got that hard stop at whatever time. And people totally respect that. If anything, it elevates who you are in their mind. They're like, wow, because most people are not like that.
Now, if you're on a call with somebody and you close something, what's your sequence?
Well, so I rarely close I never even try to close on the first try because I just know that it's just not the way it works, right? So I don't even try. I have a sequence of education and build up a value to then do the close. So step 1 is if I ever met someone at an event, just like I met you guys, I would just send my text message and then I would get you on my calendar. Once we get on our actual meeting, I would ask you, are you in front of your computer by any chance?
We all are.
Most people during the day are.
Good
And I
question.
say, have you ever used Zoom before? Oh yeah, I've used it. Would you be open to getting a Zoom call with me? I'd like to share my screen. I never tell them I want to see them because that freaks people out. You just tell them I want to share my screen, and their brain, they're like, oh, he wants to connect on a video conference so he can share his screen. Okay, that makes sense. I'm open to doing that. Because if I can get him on a Zoom call, my power is so much greater than just being on a phone call. So that's the first thing I do. If for whatever reason I can't get him on a Zoom call, I'll do the call. The number one thing I do is I don't talk about myself. I ask them questions. And I think you asked already some of these questions. I asked them, so tell me a little bit about yourself. Give me the quick 2-minute spiel. And I make sure to say 2 minutes because I don't want them to spend 20 minutes. Once they've told me a little bit about themselves, I'm always going to ask the question, what's your biggest challenge? Because based on their biggest challenge, I know if they're qualifying themselves to be my client, if I can be the solution to their challenge, now I know which direction I'm going. I'll always ask a few more questions and dig in a little deeper. And then I'll start asking questions if X, Y, and Z, which are my services, could actually benefit them and make a difference in their business. I just set it up in a way.
My services benefit you. That's a great qualifying question that I don't think I asked well. It's a great way to go. Yes, keep going.
And the way that I do it is like, well, would getting more exposure and eyeballs on your brand benefit your business? Obviously, my 360 site gets more exposure and eyeballs, right? So, would elevating your trust and credibility to the people you meet, would you feel that could impact and make a difference in your business? Obviously, my branding does that, right? So whatever the results of your products and service, ask them if these results would benefit them and get them to say yes, because now they're selling themselves. Right? And it's going to be really difficult for them to say, no, I'm not interested after they just finished telling you everything that this could make a difference in their business. Then this doesn't take more than about 10 to 15 minutes. I personally will briefly describe what I do from a very casual perspective, but then I'll say this. What I'd really like to do is I'd like you to learn a little bit more about what it is that we do, but more importantly, why we do it. I'd like to send you my video presentation that I do all over the world. It's about 1 hour and 11 minutes, but it'll explain in detail what it is that we do. And if you watch that, you're going to leave with some golden nuggets that you can implement into your business right away. And after watching it, if it resonates with you, I'd love to get another call and answer any questions and see if there's a way we can work together. I never say anything about, would you like to buy my service? See if there's a way we can work together. Because if I can provide value to them and I can refer them, I'm all about it. And if I know that my service can provide value to them, and then they'd be able in turn, once I position them properly, add value to my community, then that's a win-win. I always try to make it a win-win. I operate from a place of always win-win. I'm going to help you win, and it's going to help me win. That's the only way I play. Or sometimes I'll just give, knowing that one day it will come back. Because you could do.
Can I just challenge this for a couple of seconds here? I love that Jen's in the room. Number one, this seems like a lot of time for a prospect that might not close. And I love that you value relationships as much as you do. Jen, after hearing this, is there a quicker way to close for him or any coaching that you might have that I need to hear?
I close right on the phone with a deposit, or I usually say, we talked about a lot during this call, and I have all the deliverables listed in the contract. Are you okay with me sending the contract over? And then the contract triggers the invoice, which helps with the follow-up process. But the other thing, which I don't know if I'm doing it, if my way is good or not, but I have always put a form attached to any time somebody schedules a call with me that they have to answer those questions that you run through the first 10 minutes. They answer them prior to me getting on the phone with them. So I can research them if I want to, or I already know a little bit about them and I have the questions that I need prior to getting on the phone. So the closing is much quicker.
Right. And what's the value of closing it much quicker? It's time saved.
Yeah.
What's
Now,
your closing ratio?
is that the first call? Is that the first call interaction?
Yeah, because I qualify them. I don't even get on the phone with anybody. I send them elsewhere unless there's a
But let me ask you, you met this person at a networking event. You
Guys,
get on-
actually, wait, do me a favor. Guys, so walk through the process because you're going to be blown away by this. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You met them at a networking event and they said, hey, I'd like to know more about what you do. What's the sequence? I have a business and I think you could help me after hearing you speak.
Yeah, I mean, if they want to talk to me, they book a call, and I'll send them my scheduling link, just like you do, the link. And there's a form that they have to fill out, and on that form, it says, one of the questions, there's several, who decides what you invest in when it comes to your business, me, someone else, or me and someone else. That allows me to invite the someone else onto the call if I want to. But another question is, which package are you ready to invest in? And I give them options that they can check, and then there's an other where they can explain. And if I don't want to get on the phone with them, I don't take the call.
So
If
what
they're
is
not
your,
ready, I can send them a follow-up email, redirecting them to a course or redirecting them. I only get on the phone with people who work one-on-one with me. So if there's a redirect or a better package that they're not ready to invest at my level, I'll send them to my Facebook group, which is where I house a lot of people, or to my website where they can look at more like press releases or other information that I have.
right, it almost sounds like I would send them the 1 hour speech ahead of them talking to me because they need to know what you do. Why wouldn't you want them to watch that before you got on the phone call? So one, you've got their information written, they've seen everything about you, and they're more ready to make a decision. Seems like you might eliminate one phone call. Again, just a concept. What's your closing rate, do you think, of people that you talk to on the phone and you close?
98%.
What's your closing rate? I know.
Wait. So then how many people do you talk to a week?
I need to book like 2 calls to get 1 or 2 clients.
Now, by the way, give him your rates. Whatever her
Yeah.
rates. Her rates are different than your rates. Go.
That was going to be my next question.
So I give people a 30-day 1997. That's like their trial to move into coaching with me, and then decide if they want to do quarterly at 15K or yearly at 50K.
So just to be clear, on an average week, how many calls do you do on an average week?
I'm typically closing at 1997.
But on an average week, how many? I'll do 8 calls in one day.
No, I do not. No, I sell passive products. So I don't focus my attention on one-on-ones. I have the money. I'll take calls when people want to take calls, but typically they're on a wait list, so I'm not looking to book calls.
But so you just don't have, like, what if you had 8 people to talk to per day and you close 90%?
I don't want that. She doesn't need it. I don't want to talk to people. I don't need it. I mean, I'm full with my program, so I don't need to book calls with people. I sign people to other products passively.
Okay, but so you can't handle if you got 100 clients.
No.
Got it. Okay.
You're booking a $2,000 client, pretty much.
Because remember, I start at 2,000 and I go to 5,000 and I give a 3-day event. So
Right,
I can
because-
sell.
Yeah, but this is the coffee in the cup. Interesting coaching for you.
Yeah.
If you could close twice as many with half as many calls, or if you could close the same with the same amount of calls, think about this, with half the work. So
Yeah, no, absolutely.
They've heard about me. They've followed me for 6 months to a year prior to getting on the phone with me. So they've gotten free downloads. They've bought.
No, actually, he's talking more about
See, that's not what I'm talking about. We're comparing apples to oranges, and that's what I want to get clear on context. Context is.
Hang on a second. You want it, trust me, it's bizarre. You've never networked?
No, my event was the first time I've done anything
So how do people find out about you?
online through other people, referrals.
SEO.
But my referral closing ratio is 90%. So that's not that's.
Again, I'm trying to learn from both of you. So Ray,
If somebody was referred and has gone through my funnel, it's a 90% closing. I'm talking about cold.
Yeah, I've never done that.
Everything I'm explaining to everyone in this room is based on none of you guys have any systems. You meet someone at a networking event, and there's a process that you can put them through to get them to become a sale. If you had nothing, nothing before, this would be the system to do it. Now, once you have a funnel, that's a different conversation. But if you met someone at an event, just like this one, how are you going to close these people in the room?
well, let me ask you a question because I'm kind of debating this too. So what Jen is kind of a specialist at is partly you close because of your personality. I don't have that kind of time. I couldn't take 8 phone calls a day and be able to live with myself.
That's why this guy's here now. Because I can't do it anymore either. That's why he literally came on board.
But I will train. Hi, Andrew.
He's specifically here to take off all those calls off my shoulder because I can't do it anymore. I've done $500,000 myself just through networking like this, meeting people, no funnels, no nothing, which now I'm going to incorporate. I'm going to start doing because I know I'm leaving $1 million on the table. But the point is, I have figured out a way to meet someone at a networking event, build a connection and relationship, move them to a call, watch them the video, get back on a call, and I have about a 40% closing ratio from those people cold market.
That's good to know. And so you want it, that's a good system. And again, it's also a good system because he's not having to do it anymore. So you could train someone to do it. And as you're doing more networking events, what do you do with cold leads who've not followed you?
Yeah.
No.
But I want to move to Jenna's model. I want to move to online marketing because I have zero online marketing. So I have a couple of companies that now are partnering with me to start doing online marketing to put people through funnels to get to that point. The way that those are going to be closed is completely different than somebody you just met for the first time at an event like this. It's not the same. You can't, you meet someone for the first time and you send them this whole questionnaire form. It kind of pushes them away when you're trying to build a relationship.
Got it. And that's good to know. That's good for everyone else to hear that. Thank you. That was a good conversation.
But after a 15-minute call, you totally could do that then. Because now you feel connected, they feel like they know you, and now you can put them through that funnel at that point.
And by the way, 15 minutes is not that long to do that.
Yeah, let me see what I found.
So let's go back to calendar. By the way, how are you training Andrew, who's not you? What are you putting in place that he can understand your business? Is he just shadowing you? Is there a system?
So obviously he is shadowing me, but I'm recording pretty much everything I do. I have him watch it, and then I do a little questionnaire Q&A afterwards. I tell him to teach me as if he was me.
For Bob's sake, what system do you use to record that?
So we can record on Zoom if we're doing this like live. There's something called Screencastify that is a Chrome plugin. Screencastify. It'll record everything on your screen, including if you have slides or if you're showing videos or examples. It'll also record your camera so they can see you. And then I'll put all of those inside my Trello board, which is my project management system, Trello, which you are on because you came to Brand in 2 days. And there in Trello.
So guys, another thing, Bob, that you're going to enjoy as you're trying to build out your own operation and you're not having to do your own things is to understand how Trello works. Trello.
Yep.
It is a management system. I think Jenny uses it as well. It's worth going through but understanding. I had used it at one point, and unless you really embrace the system, it's more frustration than it's worth. So you've got to get some really good training when you decide to adopt a system.
Yeah. Yes. But the cool thing is once you've created the process, you can duplicate it. So you can bring in a salesperson, you can put them through it, you can copy it, and you can train and give it to the new salesperson. So you never have to redo it ever again.
So Bob, imagine you've got somebody else making those same calls, but you've recorded it, it's a system, and you're sitting back while they're making money for you.
Yeah.
How many doors do you say you knock on a day? 25, 30 doors. And he's an ultimate, out there. I know. Isn't that interesting? And he has no back-end systems at all.
I love you on my team.
Yeah, really, dude. We're going to send you out there doing stuff.
Wow.
He took his business from 100,000 a month to 250,000 in the last 3 weeks. Ooh. So imagine if he understood how to train a sales team, had a calendar that worked, and an email. He didn't even understand marketing systems, and he has no funnels.
He needs to go through Brand in 2 days and needs to get himself some videos.
Well, yes.
No, he already hired me. We're good. We're golden. He did. He took me to dinner and he hired me. I'm good. We're golden.
To do what?
So then you both need to come.
Wait, took her to do what?
Tell her.
Video
What does that mean?
on her show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could you explain a little bit more what you're talking about?
Me. He recognized me the minute I walked in the building. And I go, do you know me? How do you know me? He goes, I see you every day on Facebook Live, and I want to hire you to teach me how to do that or have me on your show because I'm not necessarily comfortable on video. And I go, done. He goes, can I buy you dinner tonight? I go, yes. Okay, so everybody slow down for a second. She will make you much better on video, but I will tell you the system that Ray's got to use that and implement that is something else. It's like saying Forbes Factor kind of goes before Jenna, and then you graduate to Brand in 2 days.
So you want her to teach you to be more comfortable because it's something that I've not been able to really kick your ass to do. You're close, but as good as I am, I still let his team create my 1 minute with their script and their formula, and it worked. And so do that, work that, pay her more than dinner though.
And I love this. I've only ever done online networking. So Facebook Lives is how I've networked virtually.
Mm-hmm.
So I know nothing about in-person networking.
Right.
There, and he has something to say.
Number one, I like your way, because like the back office, because you do nothing. So don't think it's wrong, you do nothing. I like your way.
Yeah.
I work hard and I think he works hard. But I like the branding part.
Yeah.
So, is he doing a Zoom class? Or
No, here's what he does, and in my pitching, he does, it's a 2-day, and I don't know, see all that?
Yeah.
That was all constructed in 2 days. From the photographer, to the 3 lines, to the thing below it, to the entire construction, to also, the way his system is you get in your Google Docs 12 things, maybe more. You'll get the digital business card, you'll get remember I kind of crucified you about what's going on your LinkedIn and your Facebook over and over and over, okay. No, well, it's still nothing. It still doesn't do what it needs to do. His team is brilliant. I mean, if I were them, it'd probably be a red background, a bunch of fire or water, whatever it is. Your picture and say he is the king of clean, I don't know, fire and flood expert.
Or is yours turned up?
What?
He's staring at your boobs.
Hey, what's wrong with that?
I know how to close a deal. Well, so Ray is like freaking out. Now I can charge you double. No, just kidding. Yeah. Okay.
We can talk later about brand. Look, this is what I'll do. I will drop in my video presentation, the one that I just told you that I have everybody watch. I'll drop it into the group chat. It's an hour and 11 minutes. Watch it tonight. And you'll either be like, I got to talk to this guy 100%, or I have some questions. And this is how I do it with everybody. In Forbes, this is really what I think, should be in your process somewhere. They need to hear what you do, because it's a little bit more, for us, it was a little bit more involved to explain what it is that we do, right?
But I will tell you, because I fought so hard for you to make your banners and things, that part of his process is completing who and what you are, using whatever techniques you get from Teresa, because you got to be able to talk on video. But he will give you also part of the genius of this. It's a done for you. It's the YouTube template exactly as it has to be. It's the LinkedIn template. It's all the things that I need you to get for me to help you with your business. All of a sudden it's branded, it looks awesome, it's sexy, it's clean, it's consistent. Ray, do you show in your presentation slides or actual visuals?
Yeah.
Because that really helps. And in fact, I know you've got a couple of them, because I want to close this down right now. You need to spend the 3 days in Miami. I did, more than worth it. It's how all of this happened, because he's a bona fide genius at this part of it. When you do it, next one is next week. Next week is about 2,000 for the 2 days. Okay?
I'll be at funnel hackers.
You'll be at funnel hacking, sitting there with a bunch of 20-year-olds learning nothing. I love you. Okay. Sorry, it's
21st.
Woo.
It's the same.
Let me ask you a question. Do you ever do it on a case-by-case basis, or do they have to actually go to class?
No, we offer private branding. We charge $1,500 additional, and we'll do a private branding digitally. They don't have to travel.
Well, and I might actually kind of get him down a little bit, because you're a private year-long coaching client, just between you and I, that I would like him to have this yesterday. We'll get a killer photo of him. And so however you guys want to make that deal happen, I'm going to tell you that this is one of the things that's sticking. Here, share the screen. This is what makes me nuts about Mr. Bob, because I'm ready to take him to that next level. Share your screen for a second. Chuck, go to his Facebook page. Take a look at this. And this is why I love what you do, Ray, so much, is that the obvious things that are holding you back will get handled like that. And for you, time is of the essence. Dude, you just tripled your income. How about we now quadruple your income? Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, me too. So, number one, coffee outside. Now you've got 3 or 4 people outside your cup giving you tools. So go to Ray's. Bob Martinez. No. Okay, Bob.
There you go.
So Ray, look how beautiful the branding is on the headline of his Facebook page.
Oh boy. You know what, Bob? you're my favorite client because you're going to have the biggest transformation and you're going to see such results like this. You're going to have comments. You're going to have
No,
folks.
seriously. Wait, now go now. No, and I love that. The next slide is go to his business page, which I've been fighting for 6 months to get him to change. He's gonna do it in 2 days.
Bob, would you like your first day to be today? Because you are in luck. You have the client service specialist here.
Oh,
He's got a
that's
direct
true.
line to.
Okay, so no wait. Now look at that with the 2 phone numbers for the sinking house and the absolutely horrible graphics and a smile and a picture that looks like he was in jail.
Other than that, it's fine.
But other than that, it's fine. So, Ray, now, can you do me a favor? Can you pull up somebody else's branding other than mine? Show them the.
Oh, Cheryl360.com.
No, actually.
Yeah, let's look at Cheryl's. Yeah, there you go.
Okay,
Now
okay.
go to the basketball player. It's because this is it's just a different color.
Brent Wright.
Just watch this. Tell him where to go.
Right.
WRIGHT.
And watch how this
You know what?
pops.
Put it right in the
That's it right there. That's it. The first one.
top.
That one. Yep.
Go down to the top. I want to see the top of it.
And you know what? Just click the circle. He did not do his little.
Well, what he did is I taught him that one of the things that we teach is to change your cover image and then change it back so people see it. So everybody's supposed to do that 2 times a month. So
Okay, can you show me somebody else's? Because this is one. I wanted to do 2 or 3 examples. It was actually in the Trello or wherever it was where I could see a bunch of them.
Oh, yes.
Where you
If we-
scroll
if we
down
go
and
to
you
Trello,
see, there's where you see, oh my God, everybody's is different, but a little bit similar.
Ray, who's you want me to show him? Because I'll just go ahead and grab it from Trello.
well, just go to brandon2days.com and there you can see a bunch of samples.
Brandon 2 days.
No, website, Brandon 2 Days.
And I will tell you what he does, the way he does it. I've never seen this. It's clean, it's sexy, it gets it done. You throw that in with a 360. Every time you knock on somebody's door now and you say, hey, check this out. People who haven't had fly or flood insurance or they haven't fixed it, here's some of my results, here's some of my testimonials. You're going to close people in a rapid time because you've got it.
Oh, and then I have another one for you to go to right after that. It's going to be Andrew's.
You know what? Actually, there's going to be a little video that pops up, Chuck, or actually where it says click to learn more. There should be. Oh, there you go. Play that 1 minute video. It's 1 minute.
Want to make it bigger?
And there's no audio on it. There's no audio on your.
All right, Forbes, you're muted. I can't hear you.
So I said, see how that 1 minute video lets you really understand. There's no way you could have talked that. So you're knocking on doors, just chit chatting. No, hey, here's what I'm all about.
And I didn't even speak in the video. I didn't even speak once.
Go to Gary's site on Facebook. Share that.
Gary Stephen Earth.
GSA360.com.
GSA360.com.
Yep.
Just to see
On Facebook.
on Facebook.
Or you can do it right there. You can see all his social medias. Just put GSA 360 and you can see everything.
I'm in the chat so you can click on it.
And so my thought is that so go to Facebook So there's, you know, somebody pulls it up going, hey, here's what I'm up to. Here's my meetup on Wednesday nights that I want to invite you to. Click X if you would.
And there's a call to action button on the bottom of that.
And then just go to Facebook real quick. I just want you to see the difference. So it's not this same blue. It's a completely different feel, which might feel more like you. Personal page, yes. And you go, wow, these guys are really slick. And at your level, you need to be slick and not go down and, yeah. Make that a little bigger if you would. And so imagine that. What'd you say? He wants to be more slick.
He's got a big smile.
Chuck, just show the banner, make it bigger. Thank you very much. Look at that. Awesome. So can you imagine that's part of your branding? Now he's obviously going to take in consideration what you actually do for a living, but does that look more successful on a banner than where you are right now?
Yes.
I'm going to tell you that could actually get 10x your income. So now you're making $1 million a month. You have a $12 million business. That's not unreasonable, is it?
No.
No, not at all. I'm going to tell you the difference between where you are and where you want to go is the branding, the messaging, and the structure of, and all the resources that we've been introducing to you. Then we take that as part of the funnel. Then you can be doing your lives or your interviews with Teresa or whatever you want to do, but you look rock star. Right now you don't look rock star. And I don't, no. Let's call it what it is. You show up with a site like this to the guys whose door you're knocking on, none of them have ever seen this. I know what it's, that poster looks better than all the other ones I have in here because that's what Ray does for a living. There you go. Anything else? How do we get, I still don't have my calendar working, so shame on all of you. Let's go back to the shit that I have to hire somebody to do my calendar, damn it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can hear me.
Okay.
Ray,
There you go. All right.
Did you sign up for your calendar?
I'm signing up now as we talk under your link, so you get $7 a month from me. So step up.
So Cheryl, you want to give everybody the scripts so they can copy the scripts?
yes.
And then as soon as Forbes has her set up, could you copy my 30-minute and change it so it's her 30-minute? That way she has her first calendar and we can get that done.
Thank you. The next thing is, so the guys who own Scipio are very good friends of mine. They keep wanting me to do a demo. Scipio is a texting service. Again, Job, I don't want you to do everything. Part of what I'm going to do is use your accountability team here is make sure that you just do something and then take the next step. What we have now since the last time I really talked to you is I've got a lot more systems in place and people who I can delegate. You're going to go. There's not a question. You're going to Ray. You'll figure it out. And if you need to do it virtually, he knows you, so it's not that big a deal. What you need is a great headshot, and he'll show you how to do that virtually, right?
Yep.
Because what I think you don't need between me as your coach, I don't think you need to spend any time flying to Miami. If you were not busy next week, I would make you do that. But they also may not be doing another one till it's irrelevant. Get him on the phone this week. Get the headshot the way he wants it. Do it, he's done, and you move on. Because I got other things for you to do. Second thing is when it comes to funnels, connect with McKenna. Have a conversation with her. She may not want you as a client. No, all kidding aside. Because, you know, you and your assistant have to get things to her fast. But she'll build it for you. Build the first one. Wow, that's cool. Show you how to build other ones. She's not in the business of making money doing this. She's in the business of getting you happy and moving on. Very different way to work with somebody, you know? Because she doesn't need the money. She's like, Mom, here's more money. You want to go to, let's go to Greece and have fun. But I already pay the cart bills, okay? So you're never going to meet anybody who does this because they really get off on doing it and wants to make her mom proud. You're a great case study for us. Then don't go, oh my God, I need emails. No, you don't need any email at all until 4 weeks from now when the branding looks right, the funnels are right, then we go to where Jen is talking. That cool?
Yes.
Yeah. And it takes a lot of stress off you because how long have you been in this business?
22 years.
So if 22 years in 1 month made a huge difference, more than the 22 years did, you go, damn, that's part of my goal. And then I think the coaching and all the people that you've met here. So now it's interesting too because Michael and Jenny may or may not be ready for brand in 2 days just yet, but ready for 360. How do you know you're ready for 360? And Ray, forgive me, I'm just going to sell the shit out of this. Because you are networking. So you already have a Facebook. Could it get tweaked a little bit? Yeah, that's part of what I'm going to do because they're in a transition. The worst thing you can do in a transition is stop because you're overwhelmed. Remember what we did? It's going to keep chunking it down. The revelation that Michael came up to is maybe I need to support Jenny in her ability to make a course about autistic kids, learning disability, teaching hospitals. That's an interesting high-level course. I'm going to come into a hospital for $50,000 and teach you how to handle this because I've been on the ground floor and you guys don't deliver to patients, you don't deliver to your workers, and I'm going to fix your systems. That's a business, at least for a year, isn't it? So I've got a whole lot of ideas for business. We're going to make you a book and we're going to get you to do a TEDx talk. You're a great speaker. You want to do it. She finally said to me yesterday, she says, I don't really like you, Forbes. No. Yes, you did. That's what
I said that your coaching style goes against my grade.
And then you said?
Which is why you are the best coach for me.
Yeah, and I have to tell you, it's actually very exciting because we've gone through a lot in these 5 days and we're past a lot of that. Yay! Just want to get stuff done. I have no attention span for bullshit. I just don't.
You don't want to have to go through that with somebody else
now. Yeah. No, but I love when Michael walked in. It's like Forbes, I tried to pitch myself yesterday and I didn't really get it. I think I got it. Who gets this shit in one day? Okay? Years of me walking around. Actually, when I first moved out here, I walked around my apartment because my agent said, you need to brand yourself. I'm like, what the fuck is branding? Around and around and around. And then one day, I sat there and said, why don't you just add up how much money I've grossed? And it started to be $1 billion for one show. They actually called me and said, hey, we've just passed $1 billion in sales. And I said, well, I get a commission. Let me do the math on this. And I thought, wait, we've sold $1 billion of juicers? Well, how much did my other shows make? Every day I'm on Home Shopping for the last 20 years, which is 100 times a year, I've done $1 million. Well, shit, it added up to $2.5 billion back then. I don't even know what the real number is now, and I don't want it to be any higher. I get it. It's still impressive, okay? But then I literally said, I'm the $2 billion host. As soon as I said that, my life changed. I got a magazine article. I got on newspapers. That bit of branding was like the best thing I ever did. A year. Could I have done it in 2 days? No, I'm not kidding. If I had somebody like Ray that I could have gone to and said, hey, I hear you do branding. Well, 10 years ago, nobody did what he's doing. It's fucking genius. And it works for everybody. Okay? So right now, you're just branding your guy. You know what? I'm in transition. It doesn't matter where you are. You don't need that whole package just yet, but she will. And so we're going to invest a month or two to figure out the direction, and then that's exactly what she's going to get. Got it?
Yep.
Okay.
And Ray, we talked right before Force Factor was ending that the brand in 2 days and the marketing implementation boot camp will have multiple iterations. Do you guys already have that schedule? Because like Forbes said, we might not be ready for the first one coming up, but if you can just let us know and then.
Well, are you not doing March? Did I just hear?
Yeah, the next one's going to be in April because the prices for the hotels are super expensive for people to come down in March because of spring break, winter music conference, and ultra. So it's Miami's going to be crazy.
But why don't you come here and do it in my studio?
I could do that.
You know what? That would be fantastic.
I got a great wall to take photos. We've got killer photographers. And I'm not kidding. If you don't want to cancel it and you pick a right date, if it's about that, just a thought. Although I will say, I wouldn't mind pushing you guys off until April. Sure. Because I would like you to experience it in his studio. It doesn't matter. But you need a little bit more clarity because there's no point in getting you all jacked up about something you're not going to be doing. So give me a month or two of that coaching. That seems fair.
Agreed. Yeah.
To Miami, you can guys get like a van and bring them here if you have already.
Oh no! I don't think. I think he's. However,
he's just scheduling. He has late February.
Well, but all he needs is a room and a place to take photos. You can do that here. Bring a couple of your banners, and if you wanted to, use the entire studio, I would.
Can that be one of the days at Force Factor in April? Of the VIP Business Park?
Continuing.
Because it's April 5th to the 9th. Could that be one of those days? Or?
When do you think you're scheduling it in April?
Oh, let me go to Brandon 2 days.
Well,
if I know.
Actually, here's what's interesting about our business plan is he has his world there, but there's nothing that says I can't, in the sales of April, say, guys, here's what we've done. Either here's the cost, or we're going to include an extra 2 days, so it's actually you need to be here for 7 days. I don't know how to work that, maybe. I would say 7 days.
Add the business to it, and then the brand, like, if they're going to come, stay there for 2 weeks, get it all done.
Well, I don't know how many people can take off realistically.
It's hard taking.
It's hard taking a week off, I know. So let's just think about that, because I agree. If you've got all of this, if you've been working for a couple of years, it's not working, you got a week and 3 days, all of a sudden, I got everything I've ever needed.
Yeah, I would give them the choice up front, though, so that people don't have to, switch their plans last minute, because that ends up costing them more, but give them the choice, and they can always come back to what they missed.
So maybe what we advertise for April, which I don't normally do, saying, look, Forbes Factor Live is 5 days. It starts on a Friday, and maybe I need to switch it to Thursday. Not a bad idea.
Tuesday.
Right now it's always Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Right, 5th to 9th. And then, those are the right dates, right? That is a Friday. Then I do need to offer Billionaire Business Master, which I can probably do 2 days of that if I wanted to. And then you do need a solid 2 days for Brandon, 2 days?
I mean, I need the 2 days, but I can have other content within the 2 days.
Well, no, we already have other content. My question is, could you, in an effort that somebody might stay that long, could you begin your Brandon 2 days during my Billionaire Business Mastery?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Final execution.
I could probably integrate Brandon 2 days into your business mastery.
I think if he,
7 days, that's it.
yeah, it's 7 days. And we can actually build this and really talk about the fact that 7 days will change. And I can pretty much guarantee that 7 days will change your entire life. We need to come up
Oh
with
my God, yeah.
and only 4 days off from work. That's kind of cool.
That's okay.
No, actually, you know what? Because if he was right here, right now, Bob, I could literally take a headshot of you between what I know about you, just from all this, and give you that kind of branding that will at least last you a year. Let me share something with you, guys. Here's what's interesting about this. So if that was your branding, I'm pointing to your poster, by the way, and you said, hey, so you did the whole fire and flood, then we come up with 4 sentences that just rock, photo that rocks. It might be that next year you go, you know what? I've evolved to the next thing. That may be about $1,000 investment, and I don't know how much, to do another poster, a little bit of tweaking on his side, and you got the next one. It's not the end of the world if you don't get it 100% right, but I'll tell you what, every step you take up the stairs gets you to the next level.
Oh yeah.
That's a new Forbesism. Let me write it down. All right. So in conclusion, I'm screwed when it comes to calendar. Hey, I have a little question for you.
So,
The emails that we got when I signed up for Forbes Factor Live, you sent out some emails.
Yes, we are gonna sit in a padded room, him and I, and take all the emails that have been sitting in the Google Docs that don't automatically go to anybody.
yeah.
Jen walked us through her whole little system, kind of like Infusionsoft, just to really systematize onboarding excellence. You know, Jen she's got a lot going on. She showed up with big chocolate covered strawberries, sending handwritten thank you notes as a company that does that. It's about what level client do you want to attract, do you want to keep, and if you're not servicing them, somebody else is.
Yeah. What are your dates for Forbes Factor Live for April?
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I have those dates available on my calendar. I currently have Brandon 2 days scheduled for the 24th and 25th, but I can move it to that week.
Well, here's the thing.
No,
here's the thing. You're going to do both. I would keep the end of your month for your people.
We're moving to March.
Got it.
People signed up for April yet. You can move April's up if you want to because.
No. What I'm saying.
No, I like what she said. I'd rather. I like what she said. I'd rather just do it with you and beginning of April and still have my one at the end.
Yes, no, it's 2 because I've got enough people to fill his entire brand in 2 days.
Yeah.
So those people are going to be set. That's my job. We'll probably have about 35 more people this time than we've ever had. And then he'll do his other event, which, by the way, I can also send them to if they can't stay.
If they can't stay, they can always come. Yeah, 100%.
And I'm really, and I should record this at some point. And Jenny, you need to hear this. I am a huge fan. And I was the biggest skeptic. I went in thinking, okay, what's the guy going to teach me? These stupid people walking around. 360, I'm very cultish. 360, no one really explained it to me. I didn't like it initially. I don't know what drove me to come back, except I listened to this higher voice. I'm sitting there on day 1 thinking, this is such, excuse me, are you okay? This is such a load of horse shit. There's no way you can do anything accomplished in 2 days. You just can't. Well, and then even the photography, I was like, oh, this is all kind of hokey. That lasts about 30 minutes, by the way. And then it happened. That's kind of like you walking and going, Forbes Factor, really? What does she do to people? How could this possibly change my entire life, okay? So be skeptical. But also take my word that I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I'm going to guarantee you're going to have the most amazing, ridiculous experience. Love the people in the room between Eli and Craig and all the kind of, it was amazing. But we left with this level of excellence This man has put into place systems that you can't even imagine. It's kind of like dealing with Jen. I'm sitting here going, she's got a lot of these systems. She's worked hard on it. And to look at her, you go, wow, she might have just graduated college. She has a baby.
High school.
Right. So let's not underestimate, and let's vouch for each other, because I'm not trying to sell you in this room. This is ridiculous.
And by the way, you think right every time you look up here.
You do? Yeah.
He also brings some stuff, and you're always
Yes.
keeping him top of mind,
That's true.
which is smart.
A year and a half ago, I was attracted to that branding. I was attracted to everything that Ray was doing, all the technology. And I said to you, Ray, I want to be a part of that. And he said, yes. And I have never looked back.
Yeah. It's beautiful, the whole concept of it, and the template-ishness of it. It's not a template. It's very customized and very customizable within a format that looks better than all the other shit that I've ever done. Okay? So if you want to elevate your brand, and Teresa, you got to do this too. Can we think about that for a second? What is your next? In fact, we have to go around the room real quick. Your next thing is what?
Well, here's the deal. He's my partner, and
I'm not talking about him.
no, okay, what am I doing?
Who's your
next?
partner? Oh, Ray?
Right.
No, it's got nothing to do with that. What are you doing next in your career? What do you want to achieve next?
I have a one-day event on April 13th that I've already talked to Jenna
No,
about.
you're not listening to me.
Okay. I'll listen.
What's the bigger picture for you? Who are you? What are you doing now? What are you focused on? Is it fitness? Is it television? Is it what?
And I posted my pitch sheet. It's television with a fitness component. And I'm a 12 times international certified fitness instructor. And I teach fitness tips to my audience. And I have clients that pay me to put me in a health and put them through a health and wellness program.
Okay,
It's
cool.
a 6-week
Come by
course.
the studio for a minute.
And I want to up my prices and work with people.
Do you have clothes for dinner? Okay. Okay. I love you. I'll come by. All right. So Teresa?
Yes.
No, and no.
Okay, what?
Chalene Johnson, her biggest problem, which is why everybody here doesn't really know her, is she can't decide if she's going to be a business person or a Beachbody fitness coach. If she was just one, she'd be better off. Okay?
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you, I love that you have fitness clients, but what's your highest and best use of your time? If you were to say, and you only get 3 lines, and talk about the queen of bullshit over here, 3 lines, what would it be?
They're my media personality.
Okay, no.
No.
Because you have a personality. Media personality, how does that help? No, give me something else. Beautiful picture of you, what would the 3 sentences be? See, and while you're struggling, and this is great, no, it's perfect. You were in sales forever, and I would like you to future pace a little bit now. By the way, Billionaire Business Strategist is I'm living into that, and I'm loving that. What would you love to live into? Like, I almost see, like, you're the most amazing connector. I just want to find, where's your happiness? What do we want people to pay you for? Not teaching fitness class, not even having clients. That's a hobby. It's nice. I love that. I stay fit. Spin gym is a hobby for me. It is, on some level. It's a multi-million-dollar hobby.
There are connection strategists.
Yeah.
I definitely love connecting.
Global connection strategist. Write that down for a second. No, listen. Write that down for a second. A global connection strategist. I know you do. Jen needs this too. But wouldn't that be an interesting thing to start thinking about what your business is?
Yes.
Because that will help me grow you.
Okay, great.
I think
That's why I'm here.
I think you love getting off on connecting. The joy that you came in here with, you connected Stedman and his company with a grant writer,
Yes.
had nothing to do with your media stuff.
True. I love connecting people. And I love seeing their gifts and knowing who needs to be connected together. I love that.
Huh.
And that's where my sales background, like when Jenny was talking, I was over here going, oh my God, I spent 20 years in medical sales. I know every hospitalist, every surgeon, every doctor. I can already connect her for her business, for her course.
Do you know that that's a business? That's an empire you could create.
Yes.
And so now what is the course that you're doing? What is that?
It's health and wellness. It's fitness for, I know, I'm just talking.
No,
She, I was like, what? Yes.
She just popped a cork and she thought, I didn't fart. I just
I just said taking kombucha.
Okay, well, kombucha sounded like a lot like Forbes going now. So I'm sorry, let's go back for a second. So what is the fitness thing you're teaching? That's how we ended our. Meanwhile, back in the farm.
He's got the suspenders on.
All right, guys, I have a 4:30 call, so I got like 18 minutes left. Is there anything else you want from me, Forbes, while you got me?
That I want from you. So.
What don't I want from you?
No, I think I'm pretty happy with the idea. I'm going to talk to Cheryl about this. If I were looking for an assistant, what qualifications should she have or he have?
I have an entire checklist I'll send you.
Bingo. Ask somebody busy, that's great. I love that. That's the next thing. Write that down. You're going to send that to me. Anything else, any feedback about this experience that you want to share with all the students in class?
This particular event, or is everyone in the room signed up for Business Mastery?
Yeah, I think they're all year-long coaching clients.
Okay, perfect. I just got off the phone with a client of mine that wanted to set up a mastermind because he's been looking to be able to get more feedback and more coaching and stuff like that. But one of the things that being in a group like this really gives, and I'm sure you're starting to experience it, is you have different people, different walks of life, different backgrounds, and different opinions. I've seen so many individuals come up with an idea that they think is golden. They work, they spend money, they spend time, they put it out into the market, and nothing. Because they never tested it with a group, an audience, a case study of people before they spent the time and the money. So I want you to understand that being a part of a group like this is not just the ideas and the growth you're going to have. This is going to save you so much money that you would lose because you did not have the right feedback from other people. And I've seen this happen over and over again. I've seen people, this guy right here, no offense, invested $70,000 of his own money into a project that right now is not doing anything because he didn't get feedback from a group of people like you guys have. So I just want to acknowledge every one of you guys for making that decision and making that commitment to yourselves of investing in who you are, because I'm telling you, you're going to go 10 times further, 10 times faster than you ever would. And I'm proud to be able to be on this team. I feel so fortunate to have met Forbes, somebody that is so connected on the mindset. I can just look at her and she understands what I'm saying, and vice versa. And I've never had anything like that. I've met very savvy people, very sharp people, and I've worked with them, but never somebody that I was on the same page with, that were flowing at the same time, and that likes to give back as much as I do. She contributes more than anyone I've ever known. And to be able to work with someone like that, that's going to push me to contribute as well, but even more than I do, I just find that a huge gift. And I'm so excited to take this journey with the rest of you guys. And I know you guys are all going to see massive success. So I'm just happy to be part of the team.
And I think as part of the team, what that means is even though we come to it at a different level, I got to tell you, it doesn't matter how much you perceive me right now, I'm here. Okay. For me, that's massive success. Watch what happens and Ray's here as well. We're about ready to explode. I've been ready to explode for a long time. I couldn't have done it alone. I was waiting for whatever opportunity. Maybe the fact that my daughter just got keys to a car. I don't have to pick her up from school. All of a sudden, my day got very different than it's ever been before. And so all of a sudden, watch what happens in this next year. I know how to do this. I've just done it for you guys. That plus that with Ray. Watch all of us elevate. Jen's never done live. I mean, I got to tell you, everything's kind of exploding. And what you don't realize and how cool this is you're on the ground floor. If you were on the ground floor of Tony Robbins, when he started with 12 people the first time he did Date with Destiny, somebody was there. Or when Zuckerberg said, come to my dorm room, I have an idea for a thing where we connect. Trust me, I think part of that is just this. So one, your job to enroll other people, stay connected, make money through this organization. In closing, by the way, did you guys, who in the room did not make money selling the radio show? Who did not close one deal? You guys did not close a deal. Did you close a deal?
Yes.
You did. Did you close a deal? I think you did.
Show you.
Did you close a deal, Teresa?
Yes.
And I got the yoga mat person I can't wait to do that with.
Yes.
thought that was very amazing. McKenna picked up on a yoga mat yesterday. I thought that was psychic.
So that's
And
psychic
Bob,
thing.
okay, because I would like you to 2 or 3 times from now, one, get me great guests. Get me guests that I can help. Is that a different reason for you to go out there and do it? Second is get $500. You do that a couple of times and things get easier. And with the magazine, I got to say, everything's going to elevate. So Jenna only got 4. Excuse me, Jenna only got 4.
Huh.
So 5?
Well, yesterday. Whenever.
So I have to write her a check for $2,500. How fucking excited am I? Yes, that's what I want to be doing. And I can't wait to like show the check. And that's really cool. And by the way, did she spend a lot of extra energy? No, she gave value to her clients. If I can shift this for other people who are struggling, that's awesome. All right. So on that note,
really quick,
Yeah.
really quick. One of the coolest things that you guys might not realize is that sometimes it's easier to promote. Well, most of the time, it's easier to promote someone else and talk about them than it is to talk about yourself. And to be able to have someone like Forbes and me to say, hey, I am in a mastermind with Forbes Riley, with Ray Perez. These people are amazing. The programs that they're doing are fantastic. You need to check this out. You can sell something that's not even your own, that you have to do no work, and you can make $2,500 just like Jenna in a matter of a day or so. So keep that in mind when and if you're struggling with finances. Remember, wait a second. I don't have to sell my own stuff. I could actually leverage my group, my access. The key word is access. I tell my team all the time, you don't have to own anything as long as you have access, right? I have a BMW i8. You guys don't need one. You just need to know me and say, hey, Ray, can I borrow it? And if you have access, all of a sudden, do you know what you can do with that? So just write this down. I have access to Forbes Riley and Ray Perez. And I will monetize on that access whenever I want. If you need to make an extra couple $1,000 this month, call Forbes, call me and say, guys, I need you to create a package deal for me. I need to make $3,000 extra this month. Give me the script. Let me sell some of your stuff. I want to make an extra $3,000. I want you to write this down because if any of you guys have any struggles, you have zero excuses. I'm telling you, I wish I had this opportunity when I was building my business. It is so much easier to sell someone else. That's why I told Forbes the other day, you can be my My360 site spokesperson. It's so much easier to let you talk about me than it is for me to talk about me. So please, please remember that and know that me and Forbes are here for you for anything you guys need. Cool? All right, guys, I love you. I'm going to drop in the chat right now. Pull out your phone so it doesn't get buried. Pull out the WhatsApp. I'm dropping in my entire speech presentation. Here it goes. Make sure everybody gets it. Make sure everybody watches it because you'll know exactly what Branding 2 Days is about, what it is that we teach, why we teach it, and why it doesn't matter what business you're in. This is based on relationships. This is based on building value for you as a person. I don't care if you do a complete career change tomorrow. This will help you build any business and sell any product or service you want because it's based on you as a person, not a company, not a business. It's personal branding. And when you watch this video, you'll learn everything about it. And then you can ask me any questions you want tomorrow. Okay? You got it? Everybody got it? I can't hear you guys, but you can unmute yourselves. I think Forbes is controlling the audio, so.
Did you
there we go.
Did you drop the link into WhatsApp?
Send it to me, not to
Yeah.
them.
Oh,
Did you
Send it to me, not to them.
drop the link in chat?
sorry, I sent it directly to Cheryl by mistake. It's coming in. Here it goes. 3, 2, 1. You should be getting it. Yes, yes, everybody? Want to make sure.
Is it, where is it at?
Yes,
In
yes,
group
we
chat.
got it. We have it, I got it.
Oh.
I got you. Bye.
Beautiful. All right, guys, love you. See you later. God bless.
Started 6 days ago.
We're going to wrap up in about 20 minutes, but we're going to go down this last piece. Go for it.
Hi, my name is Cheryl, and I am a social media and life connector.
Does she sound too pushy right now? Yes. In fact, I don't need to ask. You sound too pushy right now.
Okay.
So you want to enroll. You're very sweet looking.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, thank you. So I would actually say your last name. So how to say the two names here? How does that sound?
Hi, my name is Cheryl Otero, and I love to share.
That's a cute name. Thank you. What do you want? Now, you have to begin with the end in mind. So what do you want people to know, leave, or think in the end of this 30 seconds? No, tell me. What do you want? What's the end of this?
I want them to sign up for my social links of interest, but also have
My
a
social
connection.
links of, what does that mean?
I decided to change it up to the fact that I am the creator and founder of Social Links of Interest.
What is that?
It is a business directory that I have created on Facebook and Facebook groups. and I have a web page where I have a business directory where people can click on it. I have a Facebook group in every single state in the United States, every single region in the United States that small business owners and individuals are able to post in.
How the fuck did I not know that?
I have not monetized it as of yet, and I need to monetize it.
You are being yelled at.
Okay, sorry, I was trying
But
to.
let me go back to the fact that you kind of had me in every state.
Right.
I would have gone, okay, here's my instinct right now. If your end was, I just wanted to go check it out, I'm there. The way you were very passive, very direct, there was no apology. I'm like, all right, I got it, don't yell at me, but going, hey guys, why is it of interest to us?
Starting from the
No,
beginning?
tell me, why is that of interest to us?
This is of interest to you because of the fact that any individual, any business, small business, any entrepreneur, anyone who has anything to say and wants to post something in an environment where people from that area will get into it, because anywhere you are, that's local to you. So if I put a local group in my hometown, I'm affecting those people.
And what's the link to that?
Sociallinksofinterest.com.
Who wants to
So
go to?
is it a smorgasbord?
Who wants to rate, I don't care, I'm not doing the stake here. Who wants to go to sociallinksofinterest.com right now?
Yeah.
I do. I'm curious enough.
Yeah.
And this is the funny thing. You're not solving all my issues. I don't care that we don't, I have no idea what it is, but I'm actually kind of curious. So if your intention was to get me curious, can you interview? No, you can interview. Go for me.
You know what to say.
Oh, okay. No, she knows what to say too. She's a homeowner. He's not home. She's not on camera. It's kind of a thing for him just to use for, it's okay. So social?
Sociallinksofinterest.com. And when you get there, you will see.
No, you don't understand. Stop selling. I don't actually even know what it, now I gotta say, so Jenna, do we like the name Social Links of Interest?
Well, I think it's too long.
It is too long. Have we tried something? That's the only thing I don't really love the name. I don't even know what it is. I can't wait to go to it.
Okay.
But I don't like that kind of bugs me.
You were saying something yesterday about the idea of your local, like everyone has their local.
Yes.
Go to GoDaddy right now, please. Just out of curiosity. What if it was local social links or local social media with the word local in it? Is that kind of what? And again,
Yes, local social
Your local
media.
is here.
What?
And local social media.
Yeah. I don't know if it's available. I can buy it right now.
And I don't mind changing my structure, but I can show you how to create the
4,000
groups.
Only for $4,665.
Okay, so somebody else wants.
Yes, I can create the link to make it actually say Wisconsin links, Florida links. I can change the URL for each of the groups to make them more powerful. I believe there's power in the structure.
I got that. You're missing the point. I just think your main name. Yes, Chuck?
Local social links is available.
Local social links. Go buy that.
Perfect.
Because local social links
Local social links.
is much better name for the brand than social links of interest. The word interest is throwing me off. So I would go buy it for $8. Go buy it. $3 if it's a new one, but
Sociallinks.com.
great. Thank you. That's how easy. That's the power of a mastermind. Local. I love that, and I can't wait to go take a look at it. All right. So, Miss Savannah, come here. By the way, like a database is a living thing, this intro is a living thing. But there's a right and a wrong. Go ahead, baby girl. The beautiful dress today. It's a fun look for you. It's very inviting. It's a great color.
So I would need to maybe give you an idea what I actually have in my business, because there are.
No, you don't. That's the point of the intro. Go.
Okay.
So just try it first and trust me.
Okay. So I help entrepreneurs
What's your name?
Oh,
and,
sorry.
and by the way, just take the stage. Let's just see how we just got that Cheryl pushes a little too hard. She's going to work on finding her perfect balance.
Mm-hmm.
Hi.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sylwana Kay from Poland, as you can hear my accent. And I help entrepreneurs to 10x their income so they can make more impact while actually enjoying their life.
Okay, so some of that is so generic. Does anyone have any idea what she does? No. So I might need to hear the word through coaching. I know you don't like that, but that's what you do. And again, you can tweak this to different groups.
I love it, but it's about putting it in such a wording that people actually, okay.
So start with the question.
Start with the question.
And say
Okay.
your last name again.
Kozak.
So my name is Ivana Kosak. By the way, Kosak in Polish, which is where I'm from, happens to mean successful entrepreneur.
Get Cossack, not Prozac.
Oh my God.
Oh.
I'm so glad we filmed that. Because Kosak, not Prozac.
Did you say not Prozac?
Yeah.
Did you just compare?
Not? No, you're much better.
No, get Kosak, not Prozac. I can relieve the anxiety in your business. There's something funny there.
Ooh, okay.
Because all I'm really going.
I was born a comedian, but it was supportive.
It's
No,
funny as
I'm
shit.
not offended or anything.
No, it's funny as shit.
So, okay.
On some level,
So what's
I'm Kosak, not Prozac, but I can relieve the anxiety in your business.
I'm Kozak, not Prozac, but I can help you overcome anxiety in your business.
Well, it's fun.
Slow down.
No, I was repeating that.
Yes,
Yeah.
basically, my name is Slavana Kosak, which is
And you will not be Penny
no.
Prozac.
Again, it's like language. Yeah, and so in case you didn't hear, listen to this. So my name is Slavana Kosak. In case you can't understand my Polish accent, Kosak, like Prozac, I relieve the anxiety in your business.
I what? I reveal?
Relieve the anxiety.
It's going to record this way.
I relieve.
Play
Okay.
this way. Because Prozac relieves the anxiety.
Uh-huh.
So you ready?
Yeah, it's recorded, yeah.
So hi, my name is Sylvana Kosak. In case you can't hear my Polish accent, Kosak, like Prozac, except I also relieve the anxiety in your business.
Good one. Love it. Okay. Yeah, I get it
Kind of
now.
funny.
Yeah.
Play with it.
I just mistaken the medicines, kind of.
Yeah, Prozac is something you take just to relax.
Yeah, okay.
But what you did now is not say I'm from Poland, which is terrible.
Yeah.
It's like,
Okay.
so in case you can't understand my Polish accent, it's
Uh-huh.
Prozac.
Okay, okay.
Like and then it's that name, little like Prozac. But I also help relieve the anxiety in your business. Let me tell you about what I do. Now we like you. Now, by the way, you don't have to do that. It's funny, try it. But make it, and by the way, at some point you may completely throw that out and I'm okay.
Kozak, could you say it again? One more
Prozac.
time? No, the whole.
So my name is Sylvana. I still like coming up with something that may remind me about Sylvana.
Okay.
Because I keep trying to mess that name up.
Well,
Moana.
no, my name is Sylvana.
Do people call you anything for short?
Sylvie.
I was just going to say Sylvie.
And as a matter of fact, Silvana, to make it even more complicated, is actually Italian name, which is Silvana. But I'm not Italian, so that would even.
Do you like Sylvie?
You know, I do, but to be honest with you, people really remember Silvana when they pay attention. And when I like, yeah.
Sylvana like Nirvana. I don't know. Just
Yeah, you know
I
what?
have, because if you now that you said it, now that I said Sylvana, you know what Nirvana means?
Yeah.
Ecstasy. It's
No, well,
So my name is Sylvana like Nirvana. What does Nirvana mean?
Nirvana is like flow. It's like, relax.
An ultimate. It might go with the Prozac. Silvana, Nirvana Prozac. I am Nirvana Prozac. No, I am Silvana Prozac.
You snort.
You were standing up too, like she's like powerful.
Okay, I think that's enough. Anybody else want to say?
Look at Dolly. Dolly is crying. This was just okay. So I like the one you said because it feels like it's a little bit, yes.
Can I give you a definition of nirvana?
Yes.
A transcendent state in which there is neither suffering, desire, nor sense of self, and the subject is released from the effects of karma and the cycle of death and rebirth. It represents the final goal of Buddhism.
And you know what the name Silvana means? It's like a goddess from the forest.
Oh.
But you can't say that about yourself.
Yeah.
But I think you might want to find something in the future somewhere. Sylvana, if you say Nirvana, I will never forget your first name. I've had a kind of an issue. I keep wanting to call you something. I don't know why I want to call you whatever. Go past that. Go past
Okay,
your
my name is Silvana and in case you don't, and in case you have trouble with my Polish accent, my name is Sylwana Kozak, and in case you have trouble with my Polish accent, is like
Kozak.
Kozak, like Prozac.
I helped you relieve.
But it happens that I help you relieve anxiety.
Also,
In your business.
Excuse me.
Okay. So help me out with this one. Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Sylwana Kozak, and in case you have trouble understanding my Polish accent, no, she said it better. How did she say it?
Sure, she can.
Oh,
That was
she
from
can?
earlier, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
She was.
Well, I just asked her again, do you have sound now?
All right, so don't hang up on that because we got to move along. I'm going to get to this tomorrow. That was kind of fun, but what do you do?
So I help entrepreneurs to either prevent burnout or
Why do you do this? Start a sentence. My mission is.
my mission is to help purpose-driven entrepreneurs to create more impact while making more money.
So here's how I
while
know.
10xing their business.
So here's how I
right?
know if it works. Anybody want to look at our website right now? And nobody interested. Not one person is interested. That pitch sucks. It's not what you do sucks. It's the pitch. Nobody cares about purpose-driven. 10x is overused.
Yeah.
What is it that you do different from everybody else? And you kind of got to get it quick.
I used to say I help purpose-driven entrepreneurs to improve their emotional fitness and mindset so they can stay laser focused and committed to accomplishing their vision.
Please don't ever say that out loud out of your mouth. Because that's like me telling you I am a TV host and I gross $2.5 billion and you're not a robot. When you wait too many words, it's like, no, and it's not conversational. So baby, I need to work with you a little bit tomorrow morning about, you're a great coach. You coach people, that's what you're doing,
I've
right?
been doing it 6 years and my clients has amazing breakthrough. The thing is they're coming to me and they're coming like, oh, I want to make more money, and they're falling in love. Oh, I want to fall in love, they're making more money. It's like, and I also created this movement called
So
the
stop.
Empowered Woman.
Could we stop? You guys want to keep, hello, could you stop at that one moment?
Yes.
Stand over there. Say that again. Say, hi, my name is Sylwana Kozak, and say what you just said.
What did I say?
Well, you just said over here about your clients. Go.
Hey, my name is Sylwana Kozak. I skipped the intro, and I help my clients to create. What did I say?
Okay, keep going. I don't know.
I help my clients to create an incredible, epic breakthroughs in their life.
In fact, one of them just said, go.
Well, in fact, my client from yesterday just achieved their 5-year goal after working 2 months with me.
Okay, you can find more information about me at
SylwanaKozak.com.
Bullshit, Kozak, that would be terrible. How the hell do you spell that? I can't spell either one
But
of your
it's
names.
my name everywhere, like Sylwana Kozak, K-O-Z-A-K.
You can listen to me or you can fight me. I'd go Polish360.com actually. Well, because that's the thing I actually remember.
Poland360.com.
I'm not joking here. I can spell Poland. I can spell Polish. I don't know how to spell Sylwana or the last name, and I'm not going to go there. So it's not your website. That's not what we're going to.
Mm-hmm.
If you do 360, I would go.
I'm doing 360.
It's a connection.
I'd go Sylvie 3. I'd make it so easy for an idiot to know about it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the point of this. Now stop for a second. Did you guys, what changed when she started talking?
She was real.
Everyone tells me that.
Then
They
do
have
that.
my question.
Well, then do what you just did. Right. I'm a business coach. In fact, let me tell.
Years, and I've had 3 recent testimonials.
I
Yeah.
have 20 or more.
No, listen. You just have to do one. I've been doing this for 6 years. In fact, but this is the thing, by the way, we do in home shopping all the time. I don't care if the person was really there yesterday. They're always going to be there yesterday. Yesterday, my client, after 5 years of working with me, broke through to blah, 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 and da, 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 da. Do you want, from that, did you want her? Raise your hand.
Yes.
Raise your hand. Michael, yes? No?
Yes.
Raise your hand so she can see it from just what she did, which was goofy and all over the place and fun. That's it. Now sit down. I'm not kidding.
But how can I repeat it?
Every
so
time.
I do goofy different all the
No,
time?
no, no. You can do
No,
goofy the
listen,
same.
I'll listen to you. I'll work with you. I mean,
Yeah, you can do that. Trust me. It's a more fun place. Stop.
That's the challenge.
No.
Simplifying it, because when I get passionate, that's when I put too many words.
No, baby,
So which
listen
words
to me.
were the best?
What you just did was good. Just let it settle. You know what you just did. Now relax for a second.
Let's look at Vanna 360.
Because it doesn't want, whatever you want to work with, but it needs to be fun. Jenna, go.
You continue. Hi, my name is Jenna Crowley. You continue to give your time.
Stop for a second. I have to hear Corelli.
I wanted to say Jenna.
Okay.
Because I think I'm going to do Jenna 360 and Jenna Crowley 360.
Great. Hi, my name is Jenna. Go for it. But you have to take a breath after you say Jenna. Go.
Hi, my name is Jenna. You continue to give your time, but you're not receiving any time in return. You playing small is not helping the world. I'm a business consultant, and we focus on back.
Stop for a second. As soon as she says business consultant, does anybody believe her?
Well, I need my 3 words.
No. Listen to me. It's the haircut is professional, but the face is still really young. In his mind, listen. Am I right? The assumption?
Good problem.
No, it's great. So you have to give us something. Trust me. I may look young.
$1 million business consultant.
$6
Work with $1
figures.
million
$6
brands. Multiple
What?
6-figure brands.
Right. About what?
You.
Okay. Bad timing.
I'm a business consultant that's worked with multiple 6-figure brands.
No, I think you need to. The biggest objection. Look, it's like, why do I show a half-naked guy?
Needs a young brain.
That's
on
it.
the team.
That's exactly where you have to go.
My 2-year-old daughter has taught me more than
Bingo.
something like that.
Now try that. Doesn't that make you like her more? Yeah.
Okay. Hi, my name is Jenna, and you keep giving your time, but you're not receiving any time in return. You playing small is not helping make a global impact in this world. I know that I may look small. What?
Sorry, I'm just gonna jump in. Could you try it without the questions? How would it feel if you just said, I'm Jenna?
Don't ever say you look small.
Well, I kind of didn't really say that because she was
Sorry.
So wait, what question?
Do you all feel like you give your time and you don't get any of your time back in return? Or do you feel like
I
you're
think,
playing
did I
small?
say it as a question or did I say it as a statement? You keep giving your time, but you're not receiving time in return.
How about when you give your time?
When you continue to give your time, you're not receiving time in return for that. And that means you're playing small, or you're playing small and not helping the world globally because of that.
You're
I need to
shortchanging.
fix that. Yeah. I want to say you're overworking yourself. You're giving too much of your time and you're not receiving time in return, which is impacting the world negatively. You could be doing so much more.
Yes, those words.
I'm looking at this.
What about efficiency or giving time away? Or
What I
losing
usually say,
time?
I'm tweaking it, is like work-life balance, and you need to prioritize your family, yourself, and set boundaries in order to be more successful in your business. So that's usually
How
what goes
about
on
these
there.
are the 2 best reasons to have more time with your husband or more time to go on a vacation?
Do you want to triple your income and work less?
No, I gotta tell you, I don't think yours is generic. I don't need an infomercial from a girl who looks like you. I mean, how many of you got systems? If you're answering an email or not return or not follow up, you realize, I can say my business success really comes up in the follow up. My clients grows millions of dollars for a simple system that I created.
And I've never gone to a networking event in my life.
Oh, no,
Should I say that?
No,
Do
no.
it without.
No, there's a genius about you that I get. So don't be cutesy because you don't need to do that. It's the opposite of what she needs. Use about credibility. Okay, when you start talking, the way you say, I've got a system and a team that handles multi-million-dollar accounts. I may look really young. Let me tell you, my bank account's really big because of what I put in place. I may look really young, my bank account's really big.
And then even if you say the same information after that, I think you already have established the credibility.
Right.
So then my mindset is, wow, this girl can teach me what I need to know, and then you ask me those.
That's what
types
you
of
need to ask too many questions because your thing is what everybody needs. Who here's great follow-up? Who here realizes that not following up on an email, there's something the way that you said it. One of the worst things you guys can do as business owners is to have a customer that you've not touched. What I've discovered through my research and working with my team, those kind of words when you say it, you're not joking. I get that you really do that. Is that you can triple the income with exactly the customers you have now. That's what my system helps you do. Ooh.
Keep them as a customer for life.
You can triple.
Yeah.
But think
Instead of
about the
having no
logic.
generate new leads.
This is the logic. With the same amount of customers in my system, you can triple your income. Who here wants that?
Wow, yeah.
Okay, so that's a key line for you. The same
Without
amount of
adding
customers.
anything new.
And my system, you can triple your income. Well, shit, then I don't need market, because you're not a marketer, that's not what you're doing. I mean,
But I also provide you a team of support if you want it.
If you want, as long as you raise your hand, that's all I'm saying about it. I love that.
Okay, JohnFood60.com.
Wow, wow, yeah, okay, there you go. All right,
That's to get my daughter, sorry.
go.
I'm still working on it.
Yeah,
It's Global Connection Strategist is what I want to
So stay up for a second.
Okay.
You just try that on the side.
Okay.
What like that mean?
And that is a question, because I love connecting people and everyone wants to be connected to the right people, and that's what I do.
Cool, Sarah.
And
Hey, my name is Lucy, just start.
okay, my name's Teresa and I am a global connection strategist, because everyone in the world wants to be connected to the right resources.
I gotta still, let's go back to Mother Teresa for a second.
I'll be here. I'm open on Fridays.
Okay.
And we're going to be out there past at 3 o'clock.
My calendars, I close my calendars on Friday so nobody can book calls, so I'm free all day.
That's smart. Tell us what time we have a lot that's been great.
So 10?
We'll be here.
I would say 10, yeah. 10's been really
Okay.
great.
Jenna, come from
Thanks, Jenna.
Oh.
No, I got people behind you. You gotta-
Bye.
You're here tomorrow. Yes. So let's play around. So Teresa is ballsy and brash and sexy and fun. Okay? Yes. Yes. So I thought it was very fun. So my name is Teresa. My mother Teresa, but you can see that.
I love that because I remember her name because she used that.
Right. But you gotta add a third qualifier. So just try that. Try something.
My name's Teresa, like Mother Teresa. Obviously, there's a difference.
Yeah,
Okay. Do you know why that works? Because now you let us know that you got it. You know who you are.
Okay, thank you.
And it's really subtle. You're gonna get a laugh. And when it stops working, change it. But for the moment, I'm like, oh, I like how she treated it. But hang on a second. So, like Mother Teresa, obviously you can see the difference. But like Mother Teresa, my mission is to help people. And how I do it is by connecting. Because I've discovered that 2 and 2 in my world equals 5. Be sure for an example. I took blah, 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 who was looking for this in just a matter of minutes. I closed what might be a $300,000 grant. So let me ask you a question. Are you looking for something? Doesn't matter what it is. Man, what are you looking for in life? What might make you like that?
Money.
You want more money? What do you want, sir?
More time.
More time? What do you want? What's something? Well, I'll tell you what I do in my work with my team is we really hone in quickly on something that you need, hooking you up and moving on. I gotta tell you, you don't have time to make all the connections, but if you have more resources and more connections, you make more money.
Like it.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. Just so now try your version of that.
Okay, so my name's Teresa, like Mother Teresa. But obviously there's a little bit of difference. Yet, like Mother Teresa, her mission was to help people, and that is also my mission. All of you, I know every one of you, are looking for the right connections, resources, and business solutions, and that's what my team and I can do for you, matter of minutes.
You better fucking have recorded that. You added the word business solutions. That was genius. That was what you just said and how eloquent you said. There's no confusion. Doesn't negate you still do fitness. But who here wants to work with that? Yes, that's what you're going to do. Okay, great. We have it recorded. That was genius. Just live with that and say, Bob, you have to say, no.
I missed, that
Who
was,
cares? What your name is, what you do. Go.
I'm Bob, the king of clean, and I do fire and water damage to most kids. Bless you.
Okay, hey, my name, I have Bob Martinez. It's perfect. My name is Bob Martinez. My name is Bob Martinez. They affectionately call me the king of clean.
Okay.
It gives you more credibility that somebody else calls you that.
Okay.
Try that.
Hello, my name is Bob Martinez. They affectionately call me the king of clean. We do fire, water, mold cleanup.
So no, stop for a second. So we specialize.
Okay.
We specialize in fire, water, and mold cleanup. We come into a disaster area and make your life better. Insurance companies don't do what you think they're going to do. There's a lot of pain and suffering. If I can get the job done with integrity, ease, and less money than you thought you'd spend anywhere else, you're going to want them. And here's the thing. Don't wait. Make sure that you and don't wait till it's too late. I have a free video that I send out Because let me tell you something, in my experience, everybody at some point in their life is affected by fire, flood, or mold. Find out what's important. The health of your family is at stake, and you deserve this.
Genius.
Yeah, and I'm going to say that. So what we went from, hey, my name is Bob Martinez. They affectionately call me the king of clean. Now, I'm not a typical cleanup guy. I clean disasters. Ooh, get everybody's attention. Fire, flood, mold, the things that nobody wants. I've been doing this for how many years?
22 years.
22 years. That's great. Now let me share something with you. Insurance companies don't give you what you think they're going to give you. It is your responsibility as a homeowner, a car owner, or a school, whatever it is you own, to protect it and to really understand what's at stake here. I gotta tell you, don't do them wrong. Me and my team, but this is what we do. 22 years in the cleanup business. Well, yeah, okay, now you try.
Hello, my name is Bob Martinez. They affectionately call me the king of clean. I've been doing water damage, mold cleanup, and fire damage cleanup for 22 years. And your insurance companies always don't watch out for your best interest. We take care of you and get you back in your home as quickly as possible.
You can reach me at?
You can reach me at 847-202-0231.
I have no idea what he said, or Bob 360.
Or Bob 360.
Or King of Clean 360. Or King of Clean 360.
King of Clean 360.
I can go get that URL right now. King of Clean 360. It's a great branding for you. And I will just put the word disaster in there. As soon as I said disaster, I can feel the ring go, oh.
Okay.
Makes you sink right here.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
I like it. Think about that. It's recorded.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, cool.
I only recorded it and sent it directly to your text.
Okay,
Your
thanks.
messaging.
As just as a teacher right now, what you do, just stand up for a second. Just introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Jenny Traver, and I'm a certified brain injury specialist. I work as a speech language pathologist helping kids with brain injuries get back to school faster. My strategies and my fearless heart will allow you and your children to see the bright future that someone saw in me.
Ooh, okay, I like all of that. I guess it depends on who you're talking to. You work in a hospital currently. I think this is why we need to create a course, a book, a talk. Because none of us, knock on wood here, have the need for what you're doing, but we might know somebody. And so, hey, I'm a brain injury specialist. I think you have to qualify who really focuses on speech. What does that mean? You might say, what does that mean? Well, you can't imagine how quickly between a concussion or a fall, your kid's life can change. And by the way, when their lives change, your life is sometimes over. My job is to bring kids back to life. Whatever you want to say. Now, maybe and hopefully none of you have any idea what I'm talking about, and good for you. But I'll bet you know somebody. And the problem is, they usually hide out. When something happens to your kid, you're no longer social, you're no out there. If you know somebody that this can help, I've got a video that's really worth watching. Can I offer it to you guys? It's available at Jenny 360, whatever it happens to be. Again, I think that's great. So you just need to qualify because we don't know what a brain injury specialist is or why we need you. It's not about the kid being born that way, although some are born that way, or is it more accident?
It's actually an accident.
You gotta say that.
And the thing is also for her to make that anchor in their mind for the future if it's gonna happen, right? So they take, I mean, it's like if you've never heard of this kind of profession, I'm glad, but just in case, put me in your contacts, like so they have.
That's what I'm asking for. Yeah.
Also another discussion too, that's what I'm currently focusing on is brain injury and rehab and the rehabilitation component, but I'm certified to do all sorts of speech pathology. So I can also help your kid who can't say rabbit, and I'll help them say rabbit. Or like there's a whole.
Well, you have to decide when you're talking, because that's more of a personal business. You can actually sell that. Hey guys, my name is Jenny Traver, and I am a speech specialist. I'm a children's speech specialist. What does that mean? A lot of kids mispronounce words, have lisps, have trouble connecting this. And I really want you to think about this because if you've ever met an adult who's got that, you don't think they're smart. So language is real important. If I can get to your child when needed, that's the time that you want to really interest, or something like that. Yes.
So I know you just brought the children's speech specialist out of the air, but She's also done a lot of good work with adults. So again, whether it needs to be a focus or not, does it limit if we?
No, I'm just getting it from her. Hey, I'm a speech specialist. Let me tell you something. You hear it in adults all the time. And when you listen to somebody who can't pronounce a word or has a little bit of a lisp, you're not considered as smart as everyone else. And you are. It's just there's things about speech that you might not have been taught in school. It depends what you're selling. So any one of those is really valuable. Teresa.
And painting a picture or a statistic, like how many children in the school system have dyslexia or a learning component, I can help them. Most children, you know what I mean, but it's a statistic.
Yeah, I think you're working at work, right? You're going to work right now. So it's physically one-on-one, right?
But she doesn't have, but here's the thing, she doesn't have clients. The hospital gives her clients, so she's not selling that. So the disconnect for all of us right now is that you have nothing to close down. So we need to understand what is it that you're gonna, hey, you know what, I've got a 5-series program. When you do that, you're gonna sell to the program. You're selling Finding Fun, you're selling connections, you're selling coaching, you're selling, local interest. I love it. That, Michael, you ain't gone yet, yeah?
I have not.
Okay, stand up and go. Let's pretend you're coming into business. Go.
Okay. Hi everyone, my name is Michael Track and I run the Jenny T Network that gets your life back on track.
Thank you fucking much.
When your loved one leaves the hospital after a traumatic brain injury, it is only the beginning of their journey, and yet the medical system does not address that whatsoever.
That was awesome. You just stopped there for the moment. Clear, concise, energetic. That was awesome. We're going to construct the call to action tonight because we're not set. Look at her face. That's the happiest I've seen. I should buy from you.
And that's why some of us that are in sales, it's easy for us to, like, I could
That
sell.
was awesome.
Like,
Jenny
that's
T
awesome.
360 is $3.
Go get it. No, I'm not kidding. Go get it now because as soon as you start
Jenny T has such a.
Because what? Joshua. Joshua. Come here.
Not it?
Joshua. Come on. Come here. Come show us all. Come here. Just walk past his boxes.
Come on, some of us don't like Valentine's.
Come on, yeah. All the girls who don't have one, just kind of show us what the calendar version of Valentine's Day looks like. He's gonna come with is he cool? Is he?
Is he vacuuming his boxers?
Okay, Jenny T, that's awesome. The reason you want to buy a URL when you look it up is there's a little box that as soon as you look for it, they just go buy it because it's only $3. Then when you look for it, you gotta pay $50 for it.
So you have to buy it immediately.
Buy it, it's $8.
So this is, you have to purchase first for 360.
No, you don't have to. It's if you want your name. It's about GoDaddy. They make no money from this.
You can buy a domain inside the 360 environment or outside the 360
Oh, it doesn't
environment.
matter, okay.
It doesn't matter, it's just that we'll take care of it for you if it's inside.
And so it's just that when you start to search for it, whatever you search for is gone when you go back. That's how it's designed.
So it's like with plane tickets, they watch you and they go.
Yes, the price goes up. Speaking of plane tickets, what do we set for tonight at 10 o'clock? How many people? Or what, you got seats and everything that you need?
Yeah, I got 6 more.
Okay. This is right downtown, right where we had food. It's the exact same place.
Oh, we saw that theater.
Yeah, it's a great theater. The IMAX, it's only IMAX in all of this area. I know. What?
It's cool.
Yeah.
When we walked by that theater, goes, wow, what a cool
I'm
theater.
excited that you guys are doing this. I'm gonna go right now, have dinner with my kids, and then date with you guys.
I went to the movies with Friday. What did you do?
Do you have anything to say to the class before I disconnect Zoom?
Yes, we need Dolly to do hers.
Dolly, we need you to do yours.
Oh, and Sandra, I think might be on too. Really quick.
I don't think so.
Dolly, where are you?
I'm right here.
Okay, I have to come back to you. Hang on a second. I was doing something before. I want to see your face, girl.
It's right here.
Hang on, here we go.
Right, not yet,
Okay.
please, not yet. Who's doing it? Dolly?
Hello.
Okay,
Can
I want to make her, pin her to the front. Okay, now we're ready.
I can't say anything else. I just have to rejoin. I closed my, and the excitement between looking at my boobs before I closed.
I know they started yelling, they couldn't hear anything as soon as
I
you.
was so excited about what Michael did. I'm like, what did he do? Can you go get the?
Okay.
Can you go get the Chinese things in my office?
yeah.
Oh, I love those.
Yeah. It's just reminds us. Okay, Miss Dolly, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Can I hear you now?
Hello?
Hi. All right, girl. How is this doing it remotely? It's kind of interesting, yes?
It is definitely interesting. You were at my doctor's appointment with me in my pharmacy, and
Okay. All right, go, girl.
all right. I have not worked on the other side. I'm just going to go ahead and try to get comfortable with what I already do now. So that's where I'm going to stick at and try to do that until I perfect what I'm working on the side.
Go.
Okay. Hi, my name is Dolly, and I am the founder of Verity and Victoria Naturals skincare line.
I have no idea any of the words that she just said after Dolly.
Okay.
So can we just, for argument's sake, play with Mother Teresa over here?
Okay.
Hi, my name is Dolly. Like, hello, Dolly. You know why? Because I say hello to a new version of you through skincare.
Okay, I love it. Let me write that down so I don't forget it.
I don't know where this shit comes from. All right, pass these along. Pass these on. Have you ever played with these?
Yes. It's a great exercise.
Okay, well, it's just a good thing to remember. Dolly, you don't have one of these. But here's what you guys do. So put your fingers in there, bam, and now try and pull them apart. And you can't. Pull really hard. This is you going, I don't know what to say. I can't do this. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. How do you get out of it? You relax, and you relax. And it's the funniest thing. It comes right off. Pull really hard. Really hard. It shouldn't come off. You should. If you pull hard, push it in, and then pull really hard out. Pull really hard and hard, pull apart. Your finger's not big enough? What's going on? You have tiny fingers?
She's an escapee from the Poland prison.
There you go. Well, put your middle finger in. Big fat finger. Mine. Thumb is a good one?
Yeah, okay.
So pull hard, pull hard. This is you fighting.
Oh, not too hard.
Welcome to Josh's program. All right, Miss Dolly.
Give me your thumbs.
Oh, right, give me your thumbs. But when you push in and you relax, it's weird how it just comes out. And so, Teresa, you stood up and you just beautifully nailed it. So did Bob. It was gorgeous. All right, Miss Dolly, try something. Go.
Okay. Well, I didn't get it all written down, so. Hello, my name is Dolly. It's like, hello, Dolly. That's me saying hello to all these beautiful faces that I get to transform with my skincare line.
We like you now. So what's the name of the skincare?
It's really Verity and Victoria Naturals, but everyone calls it V&V.
Well, then that's what you should do.
Okay. All right, so I'll stick with V&V.
Okay, go ahead. V&V, okay.
V&V.
How does the name help us? Is it your company?
Yes.
Why'd you call it V&V?
I was trying to find something where it wasn't necessarily my name.
Okay.
And everyone used to start at the beginning because we had a phone book and it was everything started with A. So I decided to start at the end of the alphabet and go with
Z.
Right, and I didn't like any names that started with Z. So I just worked my way up and found Verity that I liked in Victoria. And I wanted to just kind of B&B.
Okay. Here's my thought about all of this. I wouldn't say the name at all.
Okay.
Because it's so unusual and specific and long. Doesn't
Okay.
mean what's cool. 2 more minutes, and then I'm going to close. 2 more. What is special about the line?
We are an all-natural organic skincare line. My sister's a cosmetic chemist, and she creates this line with the fact that she doesn't do mass producing. It's not mass produced. Everything is handmade.
What's the benefit? Okay, all of that is completely irrelevant. I can name 15 companies that have that.
Okay.
What's the unique selling proposition?
I don't know. It just works. I mean, everyone that tries it, I've had.
That's really important. It works. What does it do?
We have no additives.
No, not what is in it. What does it do?
It helps your skin radiate. It helps transform it. Right.
1, it helps your skin radiate. Number 2, what else does it do?
We specialize with skin conditions like eczema, dermatitis, psoriasis.
Okay,
Right.
so is it a special ingredient that helps that?
There are different ingredients, yes, that we use that help. Instead of using different chemicals that are in most skincare lines, we aren't doing any of that. Most of it's wild harvested from the UK where my sister's at.
Okay, so you're giving me some nuggets. We're going to work on this first thing tomorrow morning, because the pitch is something that, I can say hello to your skin. My
Right.
sister lives in the UK, and I don't know if this is true or not, but has suffered from eczema, psoriasis, all kinds of conditions on the skin. She's devoted her entire life to finding ingredients that are all natural, blah, 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 blah. But the best part for you, radiant skin, healthier skin. I mean, look at my face. I've transformed from where, that's where we're going to go with this.
Okay, all right, I'll work on that tonight.
Everybody's got all natural,
Right.
bullshit words, all natural, no GMO, no, who cares, paraben free. I got it. But there's
Right.
100. The fact is,
We also list every ingredient on our label. We do not hide one ingredient. Every single ingredient that we have
yeah,
is.
you know what? That's jargon. I don't.
Okay.
Cheryl, do you care about that? Nah. She wants a radiant younger face.
Okay.
So for you with skincare, it's all about pain point, and secret ingredient. My skincare line is Gatsu Cola. Gatsu Cola was called by Forbes magazine the elixir of life.
Okay.
No one's ever put it in skincare. I got to tell you, you can take it ingestible, but when you put it on your skin, that's what I'm talking about.
Right. Okay. All right. So we do snail mucus and bee venom. So I can kind of pinpoint. All right.
Yes. Bee venom, all of that is, again, it's in there, but it's benefit.
Okay. Got it. I'll do
Go
that.
Go to HSN tonight, type in skincare, and watch Sylvester Stallone's wife sell serious skincare. Watch listen to a skincare pitch, because hint, all the same.
Right.
Mine's got X ingredient, mine's got Y, mine does this, and mine does that. Everything helps with the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles.
Right. I'll do my homework tonight. Yes.
All right. Love you guys. It's Valentine's Day. Let's go. We'll see you tomorrow at 10. Good night.
Bye.